Alright everybody, and welcome to today's stream, where is the Road to EVO Japan Dojo Fighting Fest, where the winner of today's event will be getting flown out to Japan for free to compete at EVO Japan next month. I'm going to be one of your commentators, Jammers, and alongside me, I was with him a couple of days ago, and I was with him at the Capcom Cup. I still cannot get rid of this man. It is Ultra David. Ultra David, talk to me, how are you feeling today?
I'm really excited to see this. As you said, we're looking forward to who's going to take this trip to EVO Japan coming up later next month. A little bit of time from now, but not so long. Really got to get those plans in, and this is a great way to do it. Let's talk about the format that we're going to be watching today as we get into the broadcast. Of course, we are in the top 8 at this point, but we've had an ongoing tournament already. It's best of 3 right now. It will be double elimination, of course. Once we get to the finals, if it says winners finals, losers finals, or grand finals, if it says finals, it's a best of 5. So those are first to 3 sets.
Yes, indeed. But then what are we going to be looking at here for the bracket? This is what the top 8 is looking at. In the upper bracket, we have got Joker Jokes going up against Jones, 2 UK staple players. That's going to be a good head-to-head there. And then we go down to the second part of the upper bracket. We got Hestkraft going up against Sandio Geo from Greece, I believe. Our Hestkraft is from Sweden. And in the lower bracket, we got another UK staple with Jester Power going up against Mopuulapo. And then we have Wills going up against Mr. Crimson. So Mr. Crimson, good to see him here. Had a good showing at the World Cup, the Capcom Cup. Might as well be the World Cup at that point. But yeah, it's going to be a good bracket here in the top 8. But then, David, what are these guys competing for?
As we mentioned, and as you might have been able to figure out because it's called Road to Japan, the winner will get a trip to EVO Japan. That is the major thing on the line here. But in addition, and not to be sniffed at as well, is $1,000 for first place. But as you can see, 2nd through 16th will all get paid out. $600 for the second, $400 for third and fourth. The rest of this top 8 will get $200. So lots on the line here. Everybody who you're going to see on the broadcast is getting paid, which is something I always love about these events. But again, who's going to take that big trip to EVO? That's really what we are looking at.
Yeah, and again, if you're licking your lips, salivating at the mouth at the prizing, not just the prize money, but the trip to EVO Japan, these guys are in it now, but you could join as well and have your opportunity, not just to go to EVO Japan maybe in the future, but EVO Las Vegas as well. Just head on down to compete.playstation.com, find all the necessary info, and you too can be on these brackets that myself and David may be commentating, and you could get your FGC career started, or you could turn it around for a positive factor there. So cannot wait to see that.
And another way to get involved is on Discord. You guys got Discord. You're in there. I know it. Everybody watching, for sure, is on there. You can join the PlayStation Tournaments community Discord to find regular updates on esports events, articles, videos, and also to meet others so that you can improve your game. Now, we're watching Street Fighter V, but Street Fighter 6 is going to be coming out soon, and so if you'd like to get involved with Street Fighter now, it's a great way to do it. Of course, it's not just Street Fighter over there. There's a lot of other games, lots of stuff that you can learn. It's a great way to get involved.
It is indeed. But you guys can get involved with the chat and enjoy this next game, because we've got the head-to-head coming up right now. I can see at the bottom of my screen, Joker going up against a.k.a. Jones. We're going to run those stats for you guys, put them on screen, so you guys can get a little bit more familiar with these players and their character choices and how what they do in the bracket. Now, if my memory does serve me correctly, Joker should still be playing Akira, a character who did get buffs in a beneficial way, not those unnecessary buffs, but yeah, he was playing Akira for a long time. He put down Dowsing due to boredom, I believe. He picked up Akira, having a lot of fun with the character, really explored her V-Trigger too, but he's had some very interesting stats here. But then if we look at Jones as well, Jones is a player who doesn't regularly compete anymore, but he shows up when it matters. You know, he qualified for Red Bull Kumite after going off on a hiatus. He enters the CPTs in places well. You know, he goes to the last chance qualifiers, stuff like this. He's a very good player when it comes to that situation. And if you can see his win percentage here, David, it's nothing to sneeze at. 84% at this high level, crazy stuff.
That is very impressive right there for sure. And these are two guys who you're quite familiar with. I know that I expect at least that they're very familiar with each other. Most recently in 2022, Joker got 7th at VS Fighting. I'm looking up the results right now. And the last time at that event, Jones also got 5th. So right off the bat, a couple of pretty good players. And they actually played there in the top 48, according to FGCombo.com. And in that match, It was Jones who took it. 2-1.
Yes, indeed. That was, I can't remember if it was last year or a couple of years ago, maybe pre-pandemic, if my memory serves correctly. But, you know, these guys, they do go back.
That was in 2022.
Okay, there you go. So it was the Versus fighting last year. Shout outs to Justin, Xavier, and the rest of the team for putting on Versus fighting. News is coming out about that soon. But hey, we're here talking about the road to Evo Japan here. But yeah, these guys, they'll be slugging it out. I can imagine it's going to be Ken versus Akira. Now, obviously, Ken, depending on who you ask, is subjective. He's in the top 5. You know, he's definitely a top 10 character for me with the buffs he got in the last 2 years or so. But Akira, you don't really see her, like, anywhere at all, David.
It's very rare. Yeah, I agree. Ken shows up all the time. You're right. He's one of the best. Akira, I think, is a good character without being a character that if you are really trying to win the tournaments that you feel like you might need to play. But she definitely has a lot of strength. She's got good buttons. She has rangy buttons. And if you're playing at the right range, she can be difficult for a lot of characters footsie normals to deal with. I can imagine that there's a range here that's uncomfortable for Ken in this matchup. That said, when Ken gets into a certain range, if he's a little closer, he's going to punish a lot of that stuff with DP. He's going to get Oki on everything. It's going to be his turn a lot of the time. So this could go south pretty quickly for Akira as well.
We'll see, because obviously Akira plays neutral with heavies, similar to Poison and specials, right? So you're going to see forward hard punch, you're going to see stand hard kick as well. If Joker jokes his pick V-Skill 2, that makes forward hard punch even more of a threat, so he gets the V-Skill 2 Sutenda extensions. But then, of course, he loves his V-Trigger 2 as well, where he likes that Hayate counter. Okay, he's picked V-Skill 1. He's going to go for the Fireball power-up, so...
All right, we made it.
And okay,
in and out. Yeah, love it. From Jones right there.
That's interesting because the Fireball is going to be a problem for Akira. She's got her DP to go through it, but it's actually not as consistent as I thought it would be when she first came out.
Hey. Gonna be pressure right away. Yeah, tried to press a button. Gonna live slightly here. Grab will do it, and it does.
Cool. And he didn't have to spend any bar in that process there, so he's got a CA, so he wants to spend it early, or even punish one of Akira's heavies with the CA. He can do that, David.
Sure, yeah, that definitely becomes risky. Ooh. And so you see Joker responding to that by playing at a little closer range. He's only bringing out the medium so far. We haven't seen a heavy yet. That's a bummer for Akira, though. Those are such important tools for her.
Yes, indeed, and he gets the low forward
there
into
it is.
Super
Star right into roundhouse.
Nice Hortensio anti-air as well, but good view reversal, and he breaks the momentum there, not allowing Jones to get any sort of pressure going. He might go for a back throw though. No. There it is.
There's the activation, surely, yes.
Yeah, he loves to do sweep into the V-Trigger 2 to make it plus, and then to get a look at these cancels. Her combo routes are so different from when she initially came out in 2021.
Yeah. Well, Joker obviously understands the threat of what Jones has on deck right now. You see him backing off, even though he's the one with the trigger at the moment. He's trying to be outside of easy activation ranges for Ken. Doing a good job of it right now, and he doesn't really need to move, I suppose. It's on Jones to make it happen. He does.
There we go. He might go for one more sweep into activation if he gets the chance. There it is. Yeah. All right, he's trying to delay it to get the frame trap again, but it's not quite working out.
This is such patience out of Joker. It's going to be safe here.
Just fireball away. He'll block it out for 20 seconds if he needs to.
Yeah, just super patient. No, he did jump forward. Wow. Next hit. Either way, 12 seconds now. It's still Joker with a life lead. He's acting like he needs to get in.
Oh, he did the Senshubu to go underwards, but he's got to be careful with that because that's a hard read.
Right there. That block right there was it. He's got to at least get shit. What? Are you serious? What?
Wow. He jumped into the uppercut or the rising kicks there from Akira, and he gave away that round. He allowed Joker to win that round via time.
Just for no reason at all. I can't imagine why the DP even happened in the first place, but then for Jones to get hit is extra wild.
I think he wanted to get chip. Just to see if he could win the round via the timeout.
He was not even there. It was not even there.
Listen, David, people throw out stuff to see what happens, man. Throw caution to the wind, you know?
In the next round here, it's Jones with a big life lead. He's going to have pressure on deck. Tries it out. No big deal.
All right, dash up throw. Looking like a perfect here. I could do Commentator's Curse, but we'll see. He could have whip punished that with Shoryuken.
Surely, yeah. Chance. Yeah, her buttons are really out there. Although they have great range, they hang out.
Just waiting for it. He's looking probably for an elbow into an activation here if he gets that chance, Joker.
Well, he's not making it obvious, actually. Okay, here, finally it comes.
Oh, the free trap!
Oh no, big drop. It's going to be super, that's going to be the game. That is very unfortunate for Joker. A huge swing, not just obviously in games, but in damage right there. It could have been him who almost evened it up in life in that situation. But instead, the big L. Jones, game number 1.
Yeah, after the first 2 rounds, we're a bit tense in their own regard. That last round there, especially in that last interaction with the EX Uranim on the elbow into the V-Trigger 2, he did the hard part. He got the frame trap, the counter hit, which forces standing to get the quarter circle back kicks, to get the follow-up, and then again, just missed the jab. And we know how big these combos are in this late stage of the game, David. Like, that damage you're missing out on, that knockdown opportunity you missed out on, it could actually give your opponent the entire round, which is what happened, what panned out there.
Sure did. Been really impressed by Jones' movement throughout this. His back and forth has been great. However, he's going to be caught in the corner. Not as easy to move freely here.
You go, because heavy tattoos, that might have been by an accident. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. He's still trapped in the corner, though. Joker's had very good pressure with Kikokai, those projectile. There you go. He's waiting for the jump, I feel. Yeah, he's waiting for the jump, but he never anti-aired. Yeah,
interesting that he had the right call and seemingly didn't get the rest. Reversal from Jones, and then he gets grabbed. So great round by Joker. He really started out well. He pushed into the corner right away. He got corner pressure that worked.
And there we go. For the opportunity again. This is it. So Joker had to really, he's limiting his button choices to just the kicks alone until he's in range to use the punch buttons. But even then, you see more of the crouching beating kick than the stand hard kick. As I say that, stand hard kick comes out.
Only at certain spots.
Nice check.
Nice catch!
Yeah,
wow.
He wasn't crouching. Because he wasn't crouching, I think Joker thought he could have got an extension there, but this is the thing with Akira. Her biggest problem is her optimization comes from crouching opponents. If you're standing, you're very limited in your damage.
Okay, nice chance. He's in. Jones trying to play patiently. See what he can get.
Alright, here we go. He's got to watch out for a reversal, though. Yeah, and he backed off just in case.
Jones patient, there he knows. Oh, he does steal the turn!
One throw will do it. Oh!
Ah, the old tricks. Still coming into play. It's match point for Jones.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when Joker's using that V-Trigger, he's actually exhausting it pretty quickly, because obviously Ken's V-Trigger, it runs out over a duration of time. Like, with Akira's, you just use the move and it will just quickly deplete. So you've really got to be careful with your usages. Just that kick, no punish. Probably too far to punish there with Akira, unless she has CA, but CA's not there yet.
Oh, it certainly still turns. Last round, this round as well.
Ooh,
well, Trigger's ready if nothing else. For Joker, so Jones is going to play patiently. No, he jumped in. Maybe trying to jump over the EX.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, Joker needs to steal a couple of turns himself with the reversal.
And he does! He's still in. No, not for long. Jones is going to hold on to super, but next hit could be it.
Could still win from this situation here, and he's got so much real estate and the life lead, so it needs to be sweep activate or elbow activate, something.
Great patience. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It was just Jones playing patiently. He was seemingly giving an activation point with the Joker there. He didn't want to take any risks, it looked like. But having seen the dash, instead he was ready for that and got the punish and the match.
Ken wins.
Yes, well played there to Jones, showcasing why he's still a solid player in the UK, one of the most solid Ken players we have in the UK. But yeah, I think after a while, when you when you have below less than 50% health, it's very difficult to amount that comeback, especially with how the game's panned out over the years. And you start to take the risks with the jumps, via the dashes, and you feel you can get an opening, but like the guys are ready, especially if they got super, they're going to be looking to check you in some sort of way, shape or form to get that abundance of damage and really close out. And that's what we really saw with Jones throughout the game. The fireball was actually causing a lot of problems for Joker. He had one or two answers, but it's not super consistent and something that it's not at the focal point of Akira's gameplay, you know?
Yeah. Oh, Yeah, there was that moment where it seemed like Joker had backed off to look for DP. Pressing here. Other than that round, it was just a lot of control by Jones. He was able to catch Joker's forward movement pretty frequently. He stole turns when he needed to. Here's an example of that. Didn't even need to do that very often, though. Yeah, the little trick. And there it is. Tatsu to the other side in trigger from 2016 or 17 was the first time I saw that. I don't remember, forever ago. But it's still effective, man. It can still definitely catch you off guard. And it will be Jones who has moved on to winners finals. We're going to go now to the next match. This will be Hestkraft and Thenimoto fighting it out.
Yes, indeed. So, up next, we should be expecting Ed versus Ken. So we should be seeing another Ken player on screen for you guys, which will be...
yeah, you know, we asked these players a little bit about themselves. We asked, for example, you know, who's your main, who's your alternative, and for the Thenimoto, main is Ken. Alternative character? Ken. So, nice work on that one. For Hestkraft, it's Ed and then Zangief, which means we're going to be seeing Ed. So, Thenimoto, 36 years old, from Athens, Greece, and, you know, again, we asked everybody to talk about themselves a little bit. You know, it's always nice to give people a little bit more exposure. We asked, what would you be most excited to experience if you won a trip to Evo Japan? He said, to be able to do the trip. So, great work out there. Oh. Ken Main with the Ken alternative, who would be excited to do the trip.
Wow.
And for Hestkraft, he says, there's so many beautiful old-fashioned cafes and bars. Also, Kichijoji in Tokyo is one of the best atmospheric places. I would love to hang out with local game devs and competitors in the scene and just live the best life. There's a guy who's done the research already. It seems like he is intent on taking this thing.
Yeah, no, do you know what? It's great to see. And just going back on what Thenimoto said, just completing the trip. You know what, man? Some people will tell you they're not fond of flights or they don't really travel out of, you know, their country that much. So just being able to just come from sit on the plane and go, okay, headed to Japan, it's gonna be a long flight, and yeah, no, I respect that.
No, you're right. You're right.
You got to get the dub to do that first, though. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. You know, let's make sure we do this step by step. But it's gonna be interesting to see because again, I like that. With these tournaments, we're actually seeing a lot of the, you know, top 10 characters or the meta characters, I should say, in favor. Even at not the highest level, just as a common frequency, right? The Eds, the Kens, great to, like, you know, pepper in some Akira here and there. We've still got some Dalsims on board as well. So it's great to see the diversity, like we talked about a couple of days ago, David.
Absolutely. I love to watch that kind of stuff. There's a, you know, it's a great state of the game where obviously, like all games, there are tiers, there are top tiers, but there's a lot of characters who can be very effective. And we continue to see that as we have a couple of players in their mid to late 30s, which I always love to see. It's going to be hard for me not to root for them. As a result, I'll do my best, but that will be very cool.
But yes, we are still in best of 3 territory. Like we said, to reiterate, only the finals will be played at best of 5. So that's the winners final, losers final, and the grand final. If you hit ! bracket in the chat, it should give you an update on the bracket as how things have transpired throughout the day. But myself and David are calling the action on the top 8 here for EU. And then later, we're going to be determining who will be doing it for North America as well. Not just one guy will be going to Japan today, 2. And maybe one of them can fit me in their suitcase. We'll find out.
We'll see. It's got to be a big suitcase. Yeah, exactly. I'm very much looking forward to seeing who takes both of these, and it's great to be able to give out 2 trips. Great to see players from both the European scene and from North American. And again, as I mentioned, we're seeing players from all over Europe. Of course, the UK shows up big time. That's something to be expected when it comes to tournaments in this region. But we are, right now in this match, watching players from Sweden and Greece. So we have quite a breadth of the continent going on right here. And it's characters that we expect. V-Skill 2, Trigger 2 for Ken, and 1 and 1 there for Ed.
Hestkraft does love his V-Trigger 1, and I think he's very telegraphed when he plays. You can tell when he wants to do Psycho Upper, you can tell when he wants to do V-Trigger 1. It's very weird. If you don't play him often, or you've never played it before, he will get you. He's one of those players in bracket who will definitely get you. So you have to remember. It's crazy because usually you're studying the top guys, but this guy you definitely have to study him for different reasons.
Cool. Yeah, always seeing different takes on how to play.
Oh, the jumping over the V-Skill 1. Big damage coming in here for Thenimoto because he's
if he can react to that V-Skill 1 consistently, then it's going to be pretty tough for Hestkraft to make that work.
Yeah. And I hope this is a... There you go. V-Trigger 1's out there. I don't know if he's going to get a mix-up, but he does.
Yeah, a little bit of damage on that. That's fine. Neutral jump. Trying to get his feet out of the water. It's... Okay, V-Skill. And it works out. So he went back to it, which makes sense, I think. You know, you're in first round right here. Test whether the opponent can react consistently. One time, okay, can you do it? When your life bar's down, though, didn't seem like Thenimoto was ready.
Yeah, and I think that this matchup's pretty even. I know Ed can cause Ken a couple of problems, and that was very unnecessary there with the EX Psycho upper. And the fact that Thenimoto didn't punish it is actually going to bite him in the ass later.
Let's see if it does.
There we go.
It's very patient right now. Very safety first kind of play style from the Thenimoto. He's trying to play at a range where he can stay outside of Ed's options. Not for long, though.
Just getting the low forward, looking for that confirm. He's still got Shinryuken ready, and that should have been a big punish. That should have been a very big punish.
Yeah, and he was just already set for the fireball, unfortunately for him. It's now V-Trigger on deck. The block. Oh, no, the mix-up yet again.
Back throw. He can dash up and do another one if he really wants to, but he's going to wait. And the back throw again, but this time from Ken. Oh, no, that might be it, David. That might be it.
No, we could have had the super. Trigger's ready. He can kill right here. Oh, man, you could have done super. That trigger takes a little while to come out.
I think the gravity of understanding the winner goes to Japan is really getting to them.
That's part of it.
It must be.
I'm sure that's part of it. Again, we are playing between Gothenburg, Sweden, and Athens, Greece. So, you know, take that as you will. We'll see if that's having an impact on the players as we're moving on to the next game.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, Hestkraft had a very strong start. Wasn't really using Flicker, but he's using it. Going to be using it a little bit more now. He really loves his Fireball usages with Ed. It's a pretty powerful Fireball, even the fact it's got a Fate that he gets jumped in on. Should come for a jump fierce there if he's looking to bait a throw from a jump in, but here comes Psycho Cannon again.
Nice.
Okay, Hestkraft messed up his setup there, but he gets the anti-air into Psycho Splash, and he micro-walked into the V-Skill 1. I see that spacing. Definitely worked on that.
Oh, not quite there. He had the idea, not quite there on the time. Okay, sometimes you know you have full control and just walk up and get the grab. Hestkraft realized, and he's a round away from winners finals.
Round 2.
All right, looking strong here for Hestkraft. Thenimoto, he's had good opportunities, signs of life, but there is one thing he needs to do. He needs to be a bit more confident in his neutral game, because his jump game's been successful until that point. All right, go for reversal again, but he did it a little bit delayed. Confirm.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for the way that Thenimoto seems to like to play. He seems to prefer to have a reactive style, and it's just going to be tough right now. He's got to jump in at least.
He spends it now, though. He's going to take him straight to the corner. Now, he does have to be careful of a EX Psycho upper, or Hestkraft's going to wait, take some damage, and then he'll activate his trigger. Yeah, he's going to activate his trigger.
Yeah, he wants to back off. And so Thenimoto tried to dash up. He knew it was coming, but blocked it out this time. He's got trigger 2. The question is when to make that happen.
Now, this is the thing, yeah, he needs a jump in or a button. If he sees that Fireball, he can activate Shinryuken by itself. He had an opportunity there, but he's not looking for it.
Look, dude, we're playing top to bottom in Europe right now. Like, it's just going to be tough to do reactive things like that.
Yeah. Even there.
Yeah, and there it was. Had the chance. Instead, it's Hestkraft to spend the bar, of course, and he will take the match. He moves into winners finals as a result.
Ed wins.
Wow, well played there. Hestkraft books his place in the winners final, where he'll be going up against Jones in the exact same matchup, but obviously a different philosophy on how it should be played. So yeah, I mean, over the years, watching Hestkraft and even playing him first-hand experience, because again, like I said, if you haven't played this guy in a while, he'll get you. He's definitely improved. He feels more solidified with the Ed play. Maybe it was the incentive via the buffs he got in the last version of the game. Something prior to that. Again, he is hailing from a strong country in Sweden, because Rika Mensvana hails from there as well. So this was fantastic play. Fantastic play to see.
Definitely got a legit set of players out there. Yeah, that was a chance. That was a chance right there for Thenimoto. The super through the V-trigger one. Instead, Hestkraft took advantage with the anti-air. He took advantage of corner control multiple times. This was an excellent example of that as he then walked up for the grab.
Yeah, of course. And I think it was, I think something you mentioned as well, very good point. Just trying to react to certain things with Ken's V-Trigger 2 this Shoryuken, it can be a little bit difficult under certain situations or when the pressure is really on you. Because it does have a huge vacuum effect, but sometimes even the best players miscalculate the spacing, only slightly though.
Yeah, dude. Even if you're offline and you're on a fancy monitor, if the mental stack is too high, it's still going to be tough, even under good situations. So, right there, not quite enough, and it will be winners finals between Jones and Hestkraft. All right. Well, as far as the losers side goes, we have another UK battle coming up.
Yes, we do. With Jester Power going up against Mopuulapo. The winner of this will be going up against Thenimoto, going up against this Ken. But yeah, another juicy one for you guys to see. This happened via the World Warrior ranking runs. I think these two faced each other once or twice. I'll have to double check the start GG brackets. But yeah, other than that, they have encountered each other in tournaments offline when they were a regular thing pre-pandemic. And of course, this matchup was something that I think internationally you didn't see as much as probably you'd like. It's probably in high frequency in Street Fighter 2 because it was Vega versus Claw versus Boxer. But in this game, we know one his damage output it overwhelmingly outweighs the other. But when it comes to footsies, it's a little bit different there. But there you go, Jester Power, age 33 years young. That's what I like to say.
That's right.
Hailing from Bedfordshire, UK, and again he's got a good social following. He actually went out to Evo for one point through Reddit, I think it was. I can't quite remember what it was. But he did get to Evo, and he's always wanted to go back since then. And again, over 70% win rate here with 55 matches played in the Compete PlayStation tournaments here. Looking strong. Fantastic stats to see for a Vega player. I like that.
FGCombo.com says that he got second place at VS Fighting in 2022.
Yep.
Ninth place was Mopuulapo at that event.
Wow.
And according to this, the last time that they played each other in a big bracket was CPT UK Ireland 2021. So it's been a little while since a big moment. 2-1 win for Jester Power. I'm sure they've played since then. That was a while ago, but that's the last big one we got.
Again, stats don't lie. Much appreciate for David doing the research there. I like the fact that he didn't divulge his age to the production team.
Yeah, it literally says NA.
I'll give you a clue. He is younger than 30, if it makes you feel any better.
What? It doesn't make me feel better, but thanks for trying.
But
as far as, again, we're asking these people questions, what would you be most excited to experience if you went a trip to EVO Japan? For Jester Power, he says, I'd be most excited to play against the strong Japanese players. In any international competition that will be there, I'd be keen to see how far my Vega can go. I hear that. I think that's a perspective many of us have. And as far as Mopuulapo, he says, I need to think about Sandio Gio's connection first. It's terrible.
Wow. Anyway, I see the poll results down there. 86% is going to Jester. We'll see. Don't sleep on Mopuulapo because he has a very bizarre playstyle that even I've heard people from Asia and I've heard people from America, because when we used to play him, nobody understood why we said he was unorthodox. And then when he started showing up in the online CPTs more, because obviously there was eyes on those because of obvious reasons, people were like, who plays Boxer like this? I said, we've been telling you this for years. I'm glad you can see this now. And trust me, it frustrates anyone. Sometimes it does backfire on him, but for the most part, it gets him in the money spots. And he's in one of them now to put him in.
What would you say makes his Boxer unusual?
Well, he backdashes to the back of the screen for no reason when he hasn't got the life lead. He'll do very weird scenarios, and sometimes he gives up momentum for unexplained reasons, because even I don't understand why he does it. It's like, dude, you're playing Boxer in such a weird way, and I guess it shows how versatile Boxer can be. Yes, he's a bit mundane and bland when it comes to other characters' aesthetics and style. Yes, he is David, don't lie to me. He's got some bland combos. But it's like, it's why would you give up what the game's rewarding you for? Do you know what I mean?
I hear you. We'll see if he does play that way here. Just jumps out of the corner. It's not quite there on the V-shift punish.
Stand fierce. Now,
Stands strong from Jester power. Man, that button.
He's got good buffers with his Boxer as well, the crouching medium punch buffers while charging. And we see when Pugera plays the character, he uses stand jab, stand fierce, and the dash straight. Mopuulapo, I think you see more of medium punches into the dash straights and the dash lows before he really gets started.
Well, he's got a really nice position for himself here. Kind of cage, Jester power, spins the trigger. The damage is going to be tough to find for Jester power. In the right circumstances, big jump in, he's going to pump it out. But how does he find something like that? Yeah,
he's crouching.
Not going to quite get it. Right, Mopuulapo was crouching at the time. Takes the little tax with the crouching light, and that's going to be first round.
And the thing is, if Vega can't play with his claw, then he can't really compete with Boxer's poking game, because dash straight is an effective poke, yeah, and you're getting hit with stand fierce. The damage adds up, and you lose your claw over time. That's why he's put it away. He needs that for later.
It's back. And that button, stand medium punch, is very strong, but it, as you can see, Boxer can be in and outside of that range pretty fast. Here's the V-skill 2 coming into play, using the invul on reaction. And back to the range he's trying to hold on to, but Mopuulapo's done a great job of just walking him down.
Yeah, and he knows when Jester edges forward, that's when he presses the button, depending on what it is, medium or fits. And now it is. Here comes Jester, going for the attack. I don't think he's going to go for a command grab yet, but...
He's got to get out of this situation first before that becomes an issue. It's trigger activation. Jester would love not to just whip that trigger to escape the corner. He'd rather use it for damage, but can he find that?
I saw that empty jump as well. If you do empty jump Boxer, his stand medium punch should whiff, but you have to do it from very far away. Spends it on a V reverse to try and get punished, but not really working out. Next hit will win it for either player, I feel.
Yeah, that down fierce might have been buffered into even super, let alone EX wall dive. Here we go, it's Mopuulapo. Right. After that down strong, the grab would have killed. And so Jester power gave into the urge that we all feel. Press that grab.
Yeah, I don't blame him for trying to throw tech there as well.
No,
not only for that reason, but it's Boxer and Ed have a similar situation when it comes to the pushback on their crouch meter punch on block. They're literally next to you, so they can throw you. And it's the choice for forward throw and back throw. With Boxer, you'll see forward throw more because it does 10 or 20 hit points more than the back throw, which makes so much more sense. And even then, that's why Mopuulapo went for the shimmy.
Yeah.
It all worked out in the end.
Again, I really like seeing this in and out style. That I mentioned the stand strong. It's like a half screen poke that's plus on block. But if you can just be outside of it and then dash in, pretty good. That said, it's Jester power who's got his first real knockdown into risk of stun. Okay, not anymore.
Alright, goes the dash. Yeah, one thing I really got to commend Mopuulapo for is when you knock him down, you have to make it count. If you can't knock him down, he's probably won the round, depending on who he fights. Just backing away. Oh, couldn't anti-air. That was too sharp of an angle to get a clean anti-air there for Jester. So good discipline not to press the button there. Just going to wait this one out.
Oh, what timing to pick. It was the perfect moment. And now, almost has the corner.
Now,
not even taking a risk there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that when he blocks a dash straight there, Jester, I'm surprised that pressing stand light punch with the claw on. I think it's a 3-frame move, so I think you at least get the damage there and not cancel it. So. Just do the check there. He's going to wait. Yeah, this is it. This is what I was saying. Mopuulapo's got 30 seconds on the clock and he'll wait.
He definitely has time.
Well, we'll see. He hasn't got
not infinite time, but he's got some time still.
I mean, in his head, he's got infinite time.
I mean, maybe he doesn't have time now. Yeah, he's got to make it happen now. Grab! It's evened up just like that.
Here it comes.
Plus frames.
He's got to get out of there. He's out. That's fine. That's fine. He break. He might do another one.
That gray, though.
Oh, that's it! Oh, no!
Surely,
Jester squandered it!
Jester gave in to the target combo, which whiffs over the crouching Mopuulapo. It's match point.
And that's happened not twice, but thrice now, David. And he squandered another round. Oh boy. Hopefully it doesn't deter him.
This is what I like to see. Yeah.
Press that medium punch, man.
It's a good button.
It is. Oh, he tried to steal a turn though at the X dash straight, knowing that Jester might have pressed in that situation. He'd walk under there on the jump. And another one.
Yeah, use of the excellent walk speed by Vega. Wow, tried to walk up for another stand strong, you could tell, but Mopuulapo was there with the Fierce. And now he's got corner control. He's putting on a bunch of plus frames. Not there on the Fierce, and so Jester walks forward a little bit afterward.
Stand fierce. Yeah, you know what? He had to give it. I like how Mopuulapo is basically making Jester exhaust his resources just to get some sort of positional advantage or go back to neutral. He's not taking any damage, mitigating it really well. That might be the round.
Yeah, the style's very, very effective, as you can tell. Jester gets the slide on this. Grab. He's alive.
He has to come on, grab it. He has to.
Yeah,
there
he does.
He
walked in. There were so many moments previously where Mopuulapo did challenge in similar situations, and not here. Jester was absolutely right about that to stay alive.
Yeah, I'm telling you, mate. Like, these command grabs, I think he tried to do one before that it missed, but at this point, you got to throw everything in the kitchen sink and stay on the offense, because Mopuulapo, he's not going to move when you want him to. He's going to move when he feels like it. Jumps in. Ooh, he backdashed that crush counter, so he's lucky they didn't get a grounded combo. He's out of there.
Oh, not too much. Still stuck under the pillars. Oh boy. Hard to have expected that to hit though.
And it looked very far and low, you know?
Yeah, it was a weird situation. Jester's turn. He tries to take it, but Mopuulapo with the V-shift.
Nice cancel.
Nice work!
Punish that, yep. Too far away. Now he's gonna have to get another throw going, but Mopuulapo, his wall of medium punches and fierces are working out here.
Oh, here we go,
get a cancel. Yep, big. He's got to look out for the V break now. That's what he's got to look out for.
Where's he going? What a block!
Big punish.
Excellent.
He needs to spend the ball.
Jester's alive. He's gonna go for Oki instead. Ah!
Ooh, he's got V trigger as well here, Mopuulapo. So Mopuulapo's actually in the driving seat at the moment with the one bar. He might do dash low activate.
I think that's right. And Jester's trying to be. I was just gonna say Jester's trying to be at a range where he could react, and he wasn't. He takes the round and the game to stay alive.
Do you know what?
I love the spacing from Jester Power right there. He was at a range where all you gotta do is press the mediums to get that V skill on reaction. Very, very nice work by him, and he stays in this thing.
I gotta give him that, because there's not many people I know who see dash straight. I know it's far away, it's slightly easy to see. There's not many people I know who would have taken that chance. They probably would have slightly delayed it, taken the plus frames from Balrog and then moved on. What I also got to commend him for is he did crouching jab and he waited. He didn't shimmy, he just waited because of the pushback to make Mopuulapo take, which is what he done in the first game. Mopuulapo done to him, David. Really good stuff.
Excellently targeted strongs. Jester Power. Land the whiff punish. All of a sudden, he's the one who has control.
Nice jump there from Mopuulapo, knowing that angle's still tight for Vega to anti-air. Maybe we might see an air throw anti-air from Jester soon, if he feels the need to do that, if he's hyper aware of it. Oh.
Anti-airs there. Mopuulapo's defense on those situations has been great, though. Continues to be. There again is the V skill.
He's gonna wait it out, though. I think Mopuulapo wants his trigger in some way, shape, or form, and he gets it. Let's say he activates. Trying to get in range.
Well, I think Jester Power is trying to feign being in range. Oh, he wasn't at a range where he go. This is Jester's turn.
Here we go. He's going to take a throw here, I think. Yeah, I think he's going to take a throw. Yeah, and he knew it as well. Back throw. Uh-oh, stun's coming. That could be punished.
Surprised he didn't take the opportunity to just get out. If nothing else.
Watch out for the flying Barcelona. It might be coming soon from a buffer or something, but...
Yeah, it might be time for tricks. We'll see what he brings out. He's got EX punch dive.
No claw. He might have to do like a jab buffer or something into flying Barcelona, because I don't see him coming out of this.
Oh, he's stuck. He's stuck. Look at the gray as well. 14 on the clock. Jester Power's running out of time. He's running out of space. Back to the wall. Mopuulapo. It's just stand fierce to seal the deal.
All right.
Excellent play at the end of that round by Mopuulapo.
Match point here for Mopuulapo. Remember, loser goes home, by the way. Punish.
Punish, surely. Yes.
He's spending the 2 bars. He's splurging that meter there. Interesting choice. V-reversal there for Mopuulapo. Going back to his favorite position. The screen, which is mid-screen. He's getting frustrated.
Yeah, you could tell that. Look at this chase.
Get him.
Holy the jab! Mopuulapo's in again. This has been a coast-to-coast chase.
Nice walk back. That wouldn't have avoided the command grab though, but I think Jester's gonna have to pull out another one if he needs to get back into this. Does the slide into V-trigger.
That trigger's gone. Almost certainly not gonna get another one, and now it's on him to try to make it happen. That was an excellent opening. At least he's got the hit confirm into slide.
He's not gonna
with super. He can be dangerous.
He
can take this thing still.
He has to whip punish him into super. That's it. That's the only thing I can think of. He can't do anything else.
It's going to be very tough to just approach normally. He's trying to wait for Mopuulapo. There's the V-shift back. Hey! But nothing. No whip punish by Mopuulapo. He knows the Fierce will do it.
He's got to move away. Yeah, he has to move away. He just got the whiff on the stand Fierce, but I don't think Vega's answers are super consistent, and he missed it again!
That was a killer for him multiple times. And it's Mopuulapo, whose stable play in the end-of-round situations really, really helped. Who takes the W and moves on in loser set.
Whoa.
Just very, very stable in those moments. Again, I love watching Mopuulapo. You mentioned his style earlier, where he feels comfortable playing slowly and playing away. We saw that multiple times. He also obviously has the sense of when to chase. That round was a great example of that. We saw that a lot throughout that round, throughout that game. But in moments when he had the life lead and he didn't need to move, he didn't move. He played great.
Yeah, I think one thing I'll always have to commend him for is his spatial awareness. Like, again, how he defends and Michael walks back to put him in the ideal range to utilize and basically abuse the punch bar and scratch and BD punch and Sand Fierce. Sand Fierce is actually pretty difficult for most characters to whip punish, especially a character like Vega. And then, of course, going in at the correct timings with the dash straight. And then he didn't, like I said, he gets pressure or he gets the Oki situation with Boxer, but he doesn't feel the need to really take advantage of it. Play it safe, try and be consistent, and then work from there. And you could saw as well, like, he completely flips his style on its head. Sometimes he'll just sit there, like, just in the middle of the street, and he will not move. And it's just like, okay, we can roll with that. But then sometimes his opponents, depending on who they are, they try and force him to take action. And even then, he still tries to stay composed under certain pressure situations. We've got to give him that. I think the main thing with Jester power was, I'm not sure about you, David, I think it was the target combo for me. It kept missing. When he did the stand medium punch into roundhouse, he just kept missing on crouching opponents, which it sucked, unfortunately. He didn't bring himself back into the fight, so that was really good.
Yeah, it just seemed tougher to contend with the way that Mopuulapo was playing. The in and out around the stand strongs was a big part of it. His defense was excellent throughout. And again, his patience when he knew that he didn't need to move forward was a huge part of this. Yeah, you're right though. That wasn't the kill right there that Mopuulapo could have had. Came a second later, but still, that target combo, I agree, that was unfortunate for Jester power. So Mopuulapo moves on. He'll play against the Thenimoto in the next round. We have one more first round match to go though, and it's going to be between Wills and Mr. Crimson.
Yes, indeed. Now, Wills is from the UK, I believe. I think I'm unfamiliar
He's
with
from
him.
Liverpool.
Okay, so I'm definitely not as well-versed as the Liverpool scene as much as I'd like to be. I know Gunslinger's from there, I believe, and Mystic Smash. I believe it's Mystic Smash. Shouts to Mystic Smash. But yeah, I'm not well-versed in as much as I should be. But hey, he plays a bit of Dictator, Lord Bison. And again, someone in their early 30s. Now, we got a lot of people in their 30s playing this.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. He also plays Honda, he said, which, I don't know, probably going to be Bison, though, probably Dictator. Again, what would you be most excited to experience if you went a trip to Evo Japan? He says, slugging it out with the best, / noodles. Which sounds right to me. That totally sounds, both of those things sound right.
Okay.
And as far as Mr. Crimson goes, you all know Mr. Crimson. He is one of the best players in the world, I think it's very fair to say. His runs at EVO and at Capcom Cup, but also many other things. He's been first place at a lot of events over the past year, worldwide. Fantastic control of his character, extremely knowledgeable, always has creative ideas, one of my favorite players to watch. What would you be most excited to experience if you won a trip to EVO Japan? He says, food.
No,
Just a single word, and yeah, I can't blame him for that either.
I thoroughly respect that because, again, Japanese cuisine. You'll hear it from a lot of the FGC members, or just people in your close circles in general if they've been to the country. I haven't been since 2016, so I'd love to go back.
The thing is, it's not just like Japanese food.
Yeah.
Everything is so good. Their Italian food, so good. Can I just talk about their pizza for a second?
Okay, okay.
You never heard of this? It's so good. But all of their stuff is amazing there. I would love to be able to go back.
Oh, man. Well,
if somebody
crossed.
would like to take me along. Well, see, you're looking for the furniture, for the luggage transport. I'd rather not be in the hold myself, but, I would take what I could get to get out there again. One of these days, I'm sure it will happen. For one of these players, we know that it will, and here on loser's side, it's, again, Wills and Crimson. Mr. Crimson is such a strong player, you may wonder who sent him to losers in the first place. That was Jester. Jester Power is the one who did that earlier on. Of course, then Jester Power lost to Jones, so we just saw him lose to Mopuulapo as well. But that's what happened in the first place. It's going to be his Luke, actually, that he's signing up with right now.
Okay, so I did see the poll earlier as we were building up to the match. I saw 74% of you did pick Mr. Crimson to take this one. We'll see his Luke. I won't say it's out of practice. I believe he does still practice the Luke on a regular basis, but because he's had such high level, real huge magnitude competitions as of recent, he's just stuck with the Dhalsim. But when Luke came out, he really stuck with him for about 2-3 months, just hard at work before he had to go back to work and really focus on that Dhalsim. So let's see how much this Luke is staying in practice, and then how much knowledge does Chill have against the Luke, because I think he did say his rank was super platinum or ultra platinum, so I'm not sure how many Lukes are dwelling around there, because usually at the higher levels, the Lukes are everywhere, for good reason.
Sure. Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, when Luke came out, a lot of people picked him up, if nothing else, just to learn how he plays, because he was so clearly strong that even if you're somebody who plays another character, it's very helpful to just have experience with the character yourself so you can know what parts of him to attack. And here's Crimson in the corner with the drop, unfortunately for him. V-skill surely not intended.
Oh, that's going to be it. Thermobaric Blaster closing it out there. It looked like Wills tried to do a V-trigger to dash through the fireball. If that was the idea, I've got to give him kudos for thinking about that. He was a bit too slow to the punch there. Ooh, tried to V-skill one the jump in. Not a good idea. Already put him in the corner here. What about medium?
Oh, Crimson taking his turn again. That's a lot of Grey Life up on Wills' side.
Couldn't get the Shadow Axe target combo though, and that went. I think that must have been a heavy uppercut there from Crimson to interrupt the string. We'll see.
He's the one who's in again. It's plus Crimson yet again. Wills with the tech, but to what end? He's got to get out of the corner. That's not going to do it. Crimson has the anti-air DP. He is a grab away. Wills trying to escape. That's just a bad situation to be in, right? But to give up V-trigger is very dear in that moment. V-shift. That said, Crimson had the read on it. Takes the game.
Yeah, and again, what we saw there was simple conditioning 101 for Mr. Crimson, because when he was trapped in the corner, he did double back medium twice. So in that third encounter, we did see Wills try to do a V-shift, and Mr. Crimson, he already knew a step of the game that he might be expecting that. That's why he went for the shimmy attempt, and was able to punish the V-shift recovery frames accordingly there. Nice spacing there from Wills on the Sandblaster, but he's actually been doing well. He's defending a lot. I just think he doesn't know when to challenge or try to escape. He might need to introduce a V-reverse as well to give him more breathing room and time to think about the situation.
Could be. That was a turn. That was his, and he took it. Not to much end, though. Charges it up. This is... Yeah, Backstrong's not the one to V-reverse it. There are other moments that are guaranteed.
Go back to the mid-screen. No punish. Too far. Now, obviously, of course, Bison does have to be careful with light knee press because it is -4, and Luke has one of the best crouching jabs in the game. So do be careful of that, but if he slightly misspaces that, he can get punished for his struggles.
Crimson is really abusing the fact that it's hard for Dictator to anti-air. Whenever he feels he doesn't have his turn, he's been jumping in a lot. Okay, he guessed it. He was right.
Stealing turns, baby. We'll take it.
Dashing in right away, so fast. Stealing big turns here.
Yeah, he's found out the dent in Wills' armor, and he couldn't get punished on the target combo, and Mr. Crimson dodged out. There's light reversals now.
Oh, here we go. Finally, Wills is out. But right back into where he does not want to be. It's going to be Oki for Luke yet again. Pressure will come.
Oh!
Come on, buddy.
Oh!
Come on, buddy, old pal. What are you doing out there? Come on.
He's doing the ending Walker statement, David. He's like, I'm gonna walk up to you, and then I'm gonna make you do delay tech. Like,
I guess you guys would call it the ending walker out there. We call that the samurai here in California, but that makes sense. That makes sense. Very, very nice work by Mr. Crimson. Had just complete control of offense, complete control of spacing. Didn't even really need the defense. We didn't see it come up almost at all. Just an excellent display of how to play that character. Look, he's certainly still a Dhalsim main. Again, I think what's probably happening here is that he's trying to get a better understanding of how to play Luke, of how to play against Luke as a result. And one of the best ways to do that is to play the character yourself, see what the issues are. It's not like you need to move away from Dhalsim to have a strong chance at winning, alright? Dhalsim's a great character. Oh, yeah. That's not the issue.
But yeah, unlucky to Wills. He showed signs of life at a couple of situations, but again, you hit the nail on the head there, David. Mr. Crimson was really taking advantage of his anti-air ability, or the lack of anti-airs he was doing. Couldn't really get his V-trigger going, and he took advantage of the fact that when he is knocked down, or in situations like that, he's going for throw techs a lot, which kind of increased his chances to do the walk up into reversal and just have a 100% success rate in those two situations where he did use it. So this is how the bracket has panned out thus far. Jester Power and Wills have bowed out of the tournament, and now we have 6 players remaining. Jones and Hestkraft sitting pretty in the upper bracket final, while below in the lower bracket, we're going to be seeing Thenimoto going up against Mopuulapo and Joker going up against Mr. Crimson. Maybe we may see a Dhalsim mirror. That'd be funny because we did see that in SFL Japan, but maybe that is just wishful thinking from me. But the action has been great thus far, and if you've been enjoying this action as well, don't forget you can sign up to compete.PlayStation, and then you can find out all the necessary information, and maybe you might have the opportunity, like these players do, to one day head over to either Japan or either Las Vegas in the future for your respective fighting game. Obviously we're doing it for Street Fighter 5 now in transition to Street Fighter 6, but hey, we want everyone to make sure they have their chance, and there's prize money on the line as well. I can't forget that. You need spending money when you go out there in Japan. Things are expensive these days. And everyone in this bracket, as David's been talking about, they've been talking about food. You should be enjoying food just as much as they are.
There you go. That's current state of things. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the next round of this top 8 after that. Hey everybody, welcome back to the PlayStation Tournament's Dojo Fighting Fest Road to Evo Japan. We're going to be moving on now into the second round. My name's Ultra David, and I'm here with Jammers. Buddy, what are we going to be looking forward to in the next round?
Well, we should be continuing on in the lower bracket, David. Up next, we should be going up against Thenimoto, going up against Mopuulapo. This is a matchup that Mopuulapo was alluding to before, since he is in the lower bracket. And after that, we'll be looking at Joker going up against Mr. Crimson. That's how things are going to be transpiring there. And then later on, we'll be heading back up to the upper bracket to witness a.k.a. Jones going up against Hestkraft. So good matches on the way and more diverse characters.
Well, you guys had a look at these two players before. Who do you think is going to win? That's the question here between Thenimoto and Mopuulapo. Bam, poll. We'll find out your view shortly. What are you thinking?
I want to say when Mopuulapo's determined to get a trip somewhere, he really pulls out all the stops. Funny fact, actually. Last year for Evo Vegas, Mr. Crimson won the tournament to win a trip to Las Vegas Evo. But because he was already going, he gave the trip to Mopuulapo, but Mopuulapo couldn't go because of, I can't remember the reason he told me, but he couldn't go. So maybe he's trying to make amends here by missing out on Evo last year by going to Evo Japan this year, or next month, I should say.
Yeah, it's pretty soon. It's the end of next month, beginning of the following month, basically March and April border. And it's something that we're all looking forward to. Of course, it's been a while. It's been a while. The last Evo Japan, I was there. And we were all having this conversation about, late January of 2020. Did you guys hear about that thing going on? There's a new thing going on. Have you heard about that? And we were all wearing masks. So it was a very weird time. It was a very strange time. But that was the last time that Evo Japan happened. So 3 years later, people are finally going to be back there testing themselves. We're all back to this offline lifestyle. But one way to get back into it is through the online play, as we're seeing here. And it's going to be Mopuulapo's Dalsim up here. Yes. Now, I do know that he's played a lot of different characters. I've checked out his archives in the past and seen a lot of characters, Sagat, all sorts of other stuff. What do you think about this pick?
So first of all, most of the characters you've seen, they're not serious because he picks Boxer for the most part. Dalsim he has picked against Samboy in the World Warrior to counter Cody, and I think he picked Dalsim out of frustration to losing to Crimson a lot, and then he just found the new love for Dalsim. So I believe Dalsim is one of his solid pockets outside of his Zeku, I believe. So that should be the best intel I have right now.
Sure. Dalsim's not an easy character to pick up in the first place. Once you have control over him, he is certainly one of the best characters, but not that easy to get there. However, he's looking... What a Mopuulapo thing to do. Dalsim has free entrance after that grab, especially in the corner. You got great stuff, but he backed off where he preferred to have more control, and you know what? It worked out.
Told you, this is what he does to the characters, man. Like, when you think you can get Oki, or when you do set it up, like, he just says, nah, I'm not going to interact with you, I'm not going to engage.
Sure.
Come to me. I have to block that anti-air there. Not enough time, slides under. Worried. Oh, wow! Okay, that just about missed. There was like a pixel that was between him and Dalsim on that Shoryuken there with him.
It was very close. This one's going to work out, though.
That's away, and then the chase down. No cancel, though.
Trying to jump over maybe the expected limb into trigger. Yeah, that's probably what Mopuulapo was bringing out there. No confirm. Tough to do. Again, we're playing Athens to the UK. Pretty tough.
Oh, no anti-air crouch medium punch again. I think he's been wary of the EX Tatsu. That's why he's not doing that. So he'll just slide under to avoid the situation entirely.
Yeah, it can be hard to anti-air the jump fierce anyway, even with crouching strong.
Poking it out with the Yoga Fire, just waiting there, maybe looking for a slot opportunity, as you mentioned before, into the trigger, David.
Or maybe at this point just holding on to it. Underneath? Yeah, he's just holding on to it maybe for reversal. No, okay, here we go. No, that could have been it! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He should be alright. If he gets a teleport after the last Yoga Fire, he should be alright. That's if he's gonna do it, though.
A little bit more stable stuff from Mopuulapo. Again, as we talked about with the Boxer, he is very comfortable playing that style. And Dalsim, look, he's got a lot of strengths. His offense is very, very strong. And that's something that I think many of us think of when we think about, like, what's strong about Dalsim. But, naturally, just the range control is also extremely important. And that's clearly his preference to go to in this matchup, and it's working out well so far.
Yeah, I also think as well on Thenimoto's part, I think because he saw Dalsim, he's kind of mentally checked out. So he's really trying to take advantage of the aggressive opportunities he gets to really throw everything in the kitchen sink to get in. But Mopuulapo's making it as difficult as can be. Almost insurmountable, I should say. Good throw tech.
It's a great character to pick. Oh no! Big loss from the Thenimoto. It's a great character to pick. It's a great playstyle to have if you don't think that things like hit confirms are going to be viable for you, and for your opponent as well. Here it is though. Big chance for Thenimoto.
Good damage, and then just blocking. Nice walk away there. Can he get the side swap? No, he's just going to let him cook there for a minute. Wow, that dive kick was the longest dive kick I've ever seen, and it still looked well spaced. Throw, another one.
Ooh, boy, that could have been more.
Let's see if Thenimoto can get this round. Can't punish there. Okay.
Beautiful to get through it. Jump medium kick. That was to bet the round right there. If that had been blocked, would have died for sure. But Mopuulapo was confident, and now he's at match rank.
Here we go. He hasn't got any meter to work with as well, because when he does get the meter, he splurges it immediately on EX Yoga Fire, or maybe even a Yoga Flame from a light conversion. But Thenimoto's already there. He needs to get some big combo here now. Anything will do.
That was great though.
Check out the dash. And he gets it.
I think that's... No, I thought he was going to get hit too. I really thought I saw a button out of Dalsim.
I thought he was going to do a slide or something to avoid something else, but...
Just very safe style, as it has been throughout almost this whole time.
Attack there from Mopuulapo, and the anti as well. Be more confident in the situation because he is at match point here. Thenimoto's got to be careful of a jump. Yeah, there, he tried. Well, that could have been punished. That definitely could have been punished there.
Yeah, he's teched after that almost every time. This is it. Yep, as soon as he jumped up into the sky, that's what Mopuulapo wanted, and now he takes the match. So that character pick, you know, again, knowing the kind of stuff that Mopuulapo likes to play generally, I think that character does make sense for him. But especially under the circumstances, if you don't think that things like reactions are going to be viable, that is an excellent, not only character, but style to use with the character to get the W.
Yeah, and also, let's not forget, Dalsim's not a charge character, so you've got a little bit more breathing room in terms of your inputs and what you want to do. I can see he's been putting a lot of work with the Dalsim, the Tiger Knee teleports, the spacing on the drill kick as well. Not too fixated on the anti-air situation. If he has to block, he'll do that, obviously because Dalsim doesn't have the same privilege as Boxer does up close when it comes to anti-air, so I like that the situation awareness and discipline is there with the Dalsim. But yeah, textbook performance. Played it super conservative. He was almost vigilant to every situation, I suppose, because we know how explosive Ken can be. So I like that he didn't really overexert himself, you know?
That one float over the fireball into the kill was really the only time that I can remember when he did do float in a way that was important, other than just sort of combo routes like that right there. Typically when you see the style of Dalsim, it's with V-Skill 2. So I wonder if that's something that might fit better. But in any case, his style worked out great. Congrats to him. He moves on. Don't know who he's going to play against yet in the next round. It will be between one of Joker or Mr. Crimson.
Indeed. So we're going to be setting up that next game here. But this is what the bracket is looking like right now. So Thenimoto is out of the tournament. Commiserations for joining us. But then, of course, we should be moving on to Joker going up against Mr. Crimson. So that's what's going to be up next for you guys. We might see the Dalsim mirror. We might see Akira versus Luke again. Who knows? Remember, a trip to Japan is on the line and $1,000 for first place. Everyone gets paid out here, but $1,000 for first place is where the big money is at. So these guys are going to have to bring their A game if they want some of that cash prize. Looking forward to it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Luke again from Mr. Crimson, at least in game number 1. It's not uncommon when you're trying to learn a character, again, even if it's a character that you want to learn against, right? But to learn the character, to put yourself in these kind of crunch situations in a tournament. And in loser's side, maybe that's what happened in winner's side as well, to sort of make sure that you understand how in even those like scramble, tough, high mental stack moments that you understand what the character does. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to the Luke at least for game number 1 here, but we'll see.
Yeah. And of course, as well, Joker will be thinking about. He's got the mindset of a Dalsim player as well, and he's gone up against his fair share, Luke. I mean, we all have at this late stage in the game, and as you can see, the polls are just there. 82% of you think Mr. Crimson's gonna win. Damn. Are you going off of CPT stats? Do you know what? Half of you don't know who Joker is. That's what it is. Half of you don't know who Joker is. You just go, yeah, Mr. Crimson will do this. Mr. Crimson will do that. It's fine. All right, I'll back my boy. That's fine. I'll back my UK
Of course,
guy.
Crimson is coming off of 4th place at Capcom Cup 9 just last week, so he's been doing very, very well. But we did mention as well that the last time that Joker traveled to a big tournament was VS Fighting in 2022, where he got top 8. It's not like he has been not doing anything. He is a very strong player in his own right.
Yes, indeed. So these guys will be setting up. I'm still a bit upset that you guys, you didn't give Joker at least a 30% win ratio. You just went lopsided straight to Crimson. You guys got a lot of faith. All right. Well, we're going to find out who it is as well. I really would like to see Joker use V-Skill 2 with Akira, but I don't know how much practice he's put into that. He really loves his V-Skill 1, and he's going to stick with the V-Skill 1 while Mr. Crimson goes with the Dalsim pick. I would have preferred if Joker picked V-Trigger 1 as well, outside of V-Skill 2. V-Trigger 1, you do need that mix-up opportunity from Daigo to really keep yourself in the fight, right? And if you guess right, you probably won. If you guess wrong, then that guy's got an extra 30 seconds to kind of live. You know what I mean? So
I feel like her V-Trigger 2 is one of those triggers that people play because they like the trigger. And it's like, good. It's not bad, but... you know, there are triggers that people just like go to, right? Because that's their preference. Something we've seen out of Ed players lately, not just this tournament, but last tournament as well that I commentated. So I don't know. I'm not surprised to see the trigger 2 yet again. But here we see Crimson, again, extremely prepared. Excellent offense, excellent defense. All sides of his game are top notch. However, the jump timing from Joker was excellent. Crouching Dalsim takes a lot of damage.
indeed.
Oh yeah, can you get that? Nice! That was great stuff.
Gets the punish and the frame advantage as well. Try to go for a shimmy. He got the counter hit, but he didn't get converted to the target combo, which that's what he can do. He can commit to that. Oh, the bait! Oh,
not too much on the punish, though. Not a big deal. Early jump medium kick. I love it from Joker, shutting down Crimson's intended air-to-air.
All right, there's air-to-air with the jump medium again. No reversal here from Joker. He's doing that against a fair bit.
He could activate. Oh, well. Just bring out EX Fireball right there from Joker. Nice work.
Well, here's the thing.
Had the V-skill going.
EX Kokokai, when it's amplified by V-skill 1, it's actually a huge threat to all the zoners. Falc, Nat,
huge.
Poison,
Yeah,
and you get the wall bounce as well, so...
Absolutely.
It's going to be a huge factor here. Stand medium kick. Oh, just out of the range. Do you know what? I get scared when Crimson uses stand hard kick sometimes because I really think he's going to get crushed counter for it, but he knows the spacing way better than I ever will. So
it's definitely a risk that he takes. You could get jumped in on while you're doing it, but he's so practiced, he knows exactly when to bring it out.
Good backdash.
Oh, ready for everything. Late drill just in case of DP, and now it's total control by Crimson.
Now, I wonder, if he was going to do the air fireball to try and mess up the anti-air.
Oh, here we go.
He's looking for the V-shape.
Ah, man, the V system was gone there for Crimson, but Joker did not count on the crouching jab.
That was unfortunate there for Joker. But we're going to the final round here, and he's really got to be careful when he has the bar. That's punishable. Yep. Jumping again. Yeah, he's getting a bit more aggressive, a bit more overzealous now to really get the damage he needs, but Mr. Crimson's fixated on the anti-air situation right now, so the EX elbow might have to come soon.
No, okay. Oh, we missed the light kick and Joker takes advantage. And he may get V-skill, yes he does.
In front. Jump with the dive kick. This is the thing, I'm not sure what Akira does against the dive kick. Anvil? Oh, he's cooking.
It sure
is. This might be it. This might be it.
Ah, from the front. Joker crouching as well, unfortunately for him, takes the jump medium kick, and that's going to be game one.
Well, Well, solid performance there, solid start from Mr. Crimson. Now, I remember when I was talking to Broski about this, when it comes to fighting Dalsim and he puts out the Yoga Fire, he said if you walk away or backdash, you're making it easier for him to establish the mix-up. People should walk forward and block. But I said even then, people are still scared because of how slow it's moving. They're doing the EX Light version because there's 3 different speeds it can travel at. Either way, the opponent's not thinking about moving forward against that, especially when Dalsim's literally a meter behind or something, right?
Extremely important against Dalsim to not just move forward, but to move backward and to do both. Extremely important to make it tough for him to know where you're gonna be. One thing that I love about Crimson's style is that you see, before he gets all these anti-airs, he backdashes almost every time because he knows something like that's gonna come. He puts himself in the right spot. However, he's in a tough spot now. He's in the corner. Beautiful work.
Keep the stun high. Oh no, he missed it! He missed it!
Okay. Whew, it all works out for Joker. Yeah, that was a very dangerous moment, a very dangerous miss.
Damn, too close for comfort there for Joker, but he manages to get the round similar to what happened in that first game there. But let's see if you can build momentum from this, David.
Did not build the V-skill, in fact. You can see it's not glowing.
Good check there with the light kick, and thank God he doesn't have a knockdown conversion from his light, unless he spends bar.
Yeah, and even at max range, can't even do that.
Floats away. He's still got the EX elbow ready.
This is what I'm talking about. I love this. Away is Joker. Oh, just a great timing by Crimson yet again as throughout the set.
He definitely knows if people want to get in or force their way in when they got V-Trigger the right resources, you know?
Yep.
Here it comes.
Just blocks it out, but Crimson takes advantage of even that by moving forward. Okay, here we go. Maybe activation point. Crimson's blocking out just in case. No, not for long.
Reversal. Yep, good choice. Has to block this one out. Makes it plus.
Ooh.
And the trade. Interesting.
What is going on there?
I'm not sure.
Second time. Let's jump kick as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's match point for Crimson.
Now, he really wanted the damage in that scenario. I thought he was going to go for the, I think it's forward kick or back kick in V-Trigger 2 to get the projectile invincibility, and then punish that there, and then take his turn from that situation, but he's hungry for the damage. Very hungry.
Yeah. Backing off to Crimson. Oh, this is great to see by Joker. To shut that down, make it difficult for Crimson to poke would be excellent. Easier said than done.
Got the jump, it was clean! He's going to take it straight to the corner with EX Urarimon there. Can he get a grab? He needs a grab. He didn't take it though.
Ooh, there's the grab.
As the elbow's way in again.
That was maybe he's looking for before. I don't know. EX and trigger.
Gotta block it out in block stun. Watch out for the drill kick. The fire. He can't teleport this time round. Teleport the wrong way.
Oh, big button.
Okay, here we go. Guess for game, David. He can't do air fireball.
Yeah, no.
He just has to... Oh no.
Plus, you gotta respect it. Out of there.
Watch out for the mix-up.
Oh, yeah, I think he's looking for jump air throw right there, but there was just nothing, and it wasn't even gonna work out anyway, unfortunately for Joker. Crimson just lets his opponent fall onto that EX fire to end up taking it.
So, because the guess or the multitude of scenarios that are beneficial to Mr. Crimson, because there's too many, you don't know which one to pick, right? And now, yes, he was successful with the jump air throw before, but then he opted to go for that again. Now I'm thinking, why not jump forward? But then crouching medium punch can counter you in that situation if he waits there. And the thing is, Mr. Crimson never teleported behind him again. He always stayed in front. And that's what the mix-up is. This is what Broski was alluding to when I was talking to him about it before. He said, move forward, put yourself in block stun to eliminate these scenarios because too many people are giving the freest mix-up to Dalsim in that scenario, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right. But of course, easier said than done to play that kind of style. There you see how much control Crimson had. Yeah, this was a great one. Ended up working out for Joker. I just don't know, but there it was. Other than that, Crimson's defense was excellent. His control of the jump, of spacing was excellent. Joker definitely kept himself in this thing, but not enough, of course. Yeah, this is a huge start.
Yeah, he's really tough to crack open. I mean, when you feel you can throw him, he techs you. Oh, he throw takes you, and then when you feel you can apply pressure or get your real momentum going, what does he do? He V-reversals. And from the V-reversal, he always conserved his meter with EX Yoga Fire. So you were already locked in place for that deadly situation anyway. But this is how it's panned out thus far. We've got 4 players remaining. Joker and Jester, the brothers, are out of the tournament now. The Mito is out as well as Wills. So now it's Mopuulapo going up against Mr. Crimson. And of course, but we need to head back to the winners side, the upper bracket, to witness aka Jones going up against Hestkraft. Good matches remain. Good matches.
Yeah, I think that's where we're headed at this moment. Jones, of course, with the Ken, we had just seen his opponent take out another Ken, but you know it's going to be a bit of a different style here in terms of the character. It's going to be probably a little more consistent hit confirms, I would expect as well. Closer connection certainly is going to make some of that stuff a little bit more plausible to do as well. So this is going to be a different battle in this first of 3.
Yes, I'm not sure if Jones is going to go with the same V-system later as the Mito did when he was in the upper bracket, because V-Trigger 2, it does work out here against Psycho Spark and the Psycho Cannon. Hestkraft, he's not changing his ways. He's been stubborn like this for a few years now. It's just that he's acquired a little more knowledge through experience. Hestkraft to me is, what's the word? They learn it through feel and experience. There's a word for it. Kinesthetic. There you go. He's a kinesthetic learner. I feel he's like that. So he has to really experience the situations and understand it. And it becomes to a very linear playstyle that he feels is effective for him and his character, no matter which character he plays.
What can you say? Here he is in Winners Finals. He's in top 3, at least. So it has definitely been effective in his path so far. He has taken out, we just saw San Diego before, the Thenimoto. Took out another Greek player, H-Dope as well, who's a strong player in Mortal Kombat and Guilty Gear and all sorts of stuff. And before that, actually took out another Greek player, K-Top, who is the twin brother of H-Dope, who is also a top-level, not just Street Fighter, but Mortal Kombat and Guilty Gear player. That is quite a trip through the bracket, actually, now that I look at it for Hestkraft.
So what, is he the Greek Slayer? Is that what
I guess he must be today.
It must be the Greek Slayer. And again, I'm seeing these polls. I'm getting news on the polls, right? Hestkraft 63%, Jones 37%. Are you guys just out to not vote for any UK players? Is that what it is? It's because I'm the microphone. You just don't want to vote for any UK players. Is that? It must be that. It must be that.
Yeah, is that it? Maybe. The anti-UK bias, huh?
Well, I'll stand with my peoples.
Yeah, of course.
There's some of the best guys you'll know in terms of FGC, and they put on a clinic when they need to. But Hestkraft could get Jones here. It's first to 3 territory. I know that it's you get that extra leeway, that extra game to work with. But Hestkraft could be pretty solid when he needs to be. I'll give him that much.
Again, we talked about how Jones got 5th at VS Fighting last year. He showed up big in a bunch of the World Warriors, although didn't end up taking that thing, but did show up big in a bunch of those. He's been a strong player for a long time. You know, thinking back to the Red Bull London LCQ,
Kumite,
for example,
yes.
which he won, right, for the Kumite. Yeah, he's been a strong player for quite a long time.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, because obviously I know over the pandemic period or lockdown era, like he was just inconsistent, went on hiatuses here and there, but I'm hoping his, incentive gets rekindled with the new game that's coming out. I haven't really gotten his opinions on Street Fighter 6, but it's always good to have a good closeout with Street Fighter 5, especially if you have an opportunity to go to EVO Japan. So this will be a very good way to close the chapter for him. Because don't forget, right? Street Fighter 5 may be done for you guys at home, but we still got to write an epilogue. We still got some closing moments from the authors to close out Street Fighter 5 before we move over to Street Fighter 6 in a couple of months.
Sure, that is in a few months, but for now, I still love SF5. You know, I actually talked with the devs of SF6, who also were the same team that worked at SF5 at Capcom Cup. They were there, they were hanging out, cool dudes. And I told them, as much as I'm looking forward to Street Fighter 6, I just really love SF5. Endgame SF5 became my favorite Street Fighter game, and I've been playing Street Fighter for a long time. And so I am still really excited to be playing this game. I played a bunch of people yesterday. I was grinding it out yesterday, actually. And I know a lot of people are still doing the same. So it's still in a very strong position. Still lots of entries in tournaments. This is no exception here. Still lots of stuff going on. Lots of locals for it throughout the world, which is great to see as well. But it is a great time to get involved, even if you are somebody who's looking forward more to Street Fighter 6, certainly. There's going to be some similarities between the game, but, you know, Street Fighter is known for each iteration of it being very different than the last, so although there's going to be some similarities, there's going to be a lot of new stuff as well. That said, if you'd like to get a better handle on fighting games in general, one great way to do that would be to go to compete.playstation.com. You can learn a lot of stuff there. There are tournaments to enter, including this one. You can sign up and get involved. Even on top of that, there's media there. There are ways to discuss with other people. We have a Discord server to get involved as well. Lots of things that are going on. Again, not just for Street Fighter, for many other games as well.
Yeah, and you know what? You bring up a very good point in terms of people will play this game until the last day before we
I'll be there.
over to the next game. And yeah, Endgame SF5 is really fantastic. The turnaround it's had, the flow of the game as well, the knowledge that everyone's accumulated and how they're able to express themselves now. Very good diversity and good range of not only characters, but gameplay as well.
Absolutely, yeah, and we're going to be looking forward to that here in Jones versus Hestkraft as the players are getting set up. We'll get into it as soon as we can, naturally. You guys know we're having an online tournament. You all know how it goes. Sometimes things are not all according to plan, but we'll get into it as soon as we can, of course.
Yes,
just as a reminder, on the loser side, we are also waiting for 2 other matches that we'll be getting into eventually. Mopuulapo, we just saw, of course, take the dub. We saw CFN Prac account, which is the how Mr. Crimson signed up today. Take the W as well. So it's going to be Mopuulapo versus Crimson on loser side. But now we are ready for winners. As you can see, we're getting into it.
Hey, so it will be Ed going up against Ken. Let me find out what trigger Jones picked here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the V-Trigger 1, but I'd prefer to see the V-Trigger 2. He's got the knowledge on it, and he's gone with V-Trigger 1. Okay, that's fine. There's going to be a punish on the Thunder Kick there, and lovely spacing against the V-Skill 1 to punish him with the step kick.
Look at him backdash, yeah. He's consistently going to that spot. It's an in and out play style, and it's really effective right now.
Alright, shot in the corner here. Hestkraft's not going to jump out. Yeah, he'll jump out now. There. I wouldn't have spent the bar there. He might need that for later, but we'll see.
He's looking good right now. He's got the corner again. Very, very quickly.
Got it back, David. Oh, what an anti-air.
Lovely stuff. Jones is stuck. He's in a bad spot. Trigger's unlikely. Oh, maybe now if it's going to be blocked out. Medium kick is plus! And Hestkraft takes advantage.
Wow, okay, so that's interesting. Do you know, I really think a lot of people forget that Ed-Stand medium kick is plus. It does not look like a frame advantage button.
Right? It really is one of the most deceiving buttons in the game, I feel, in terms of its frame data. But it's very strong.
Right, just trying to work his way around the standing hard punch, which does have an awkward hurt box when it's not charged into Psycho Knuckle. Gets a target combo, but hard kick is too far away to connect. Psycho Knuckle. Right, pressure being applied.
I really
here.
like what we're seeing out of Hestkraft. He is just consistently pushing towards the corner. This is the third time he'll force Ken's back to the corner. Yeah, fully cornered now. And Hestkraft just has control. He's out of range where he can anti-air easily.
Oh, the jump! Missed it. There we go. Can he get a throw here?
Again goes for overhead, and again Hestkraft blocked. I think Jones was expecting for that to be tougher to react to under the circumstances, but Hestkraft has been there twice.
I think that may encourage Jones to go for a low next time, and he did. He did, and he blocked it.
The defense right now, directly into trigger 1. It's a safe way to activate.
Oh no!
Juggle!
Oh, he could have picked him
not
up.
Quite. He certainly could have, yeah. Tried to be tricky about where he was going to be, and hey, the grab is going to be the solution. What a game one, honestly, by Hestkraft. I loved what we saw. Defense was there, the offense was there, his setups were good, his anti-airs were good. Awesome gameplay.
But do you know what? The thing is, it's similar to the Dalsum X Yoga Fire situation, right? You just pop it out there, and there's 8 different things your opponent's going to think of. You already know the one consistent, potent setup you're going to go for. There's like, I don't know if he's going to go left, I don't know if he's going to go right. And the thing is, Hestkraft's always walked up to you and tried to do the instant overhead with jump light kick to get the hit, and then just pick up with the V-Skill 1 afterwards, or he'll spend some meter in the necessary scenario. Not everyone's necessarily going to be ready for it. People do back away But I'd like to see, similar to what we were doing on, what we were commentating on Shadow Ace on Thursday, David, if they can find a way to reduce the durability, because for those who don't know, just to make it quick for you guys, Capcom increased the durability of Ed's V-Trigger 1 from 5 hits to 7 hits. So you kind of want to reduce it back to 5 hits or maybe 4 hits. Wishful thinking, I should say.
Sure.
Once you can do that, I think it's easier to see what Hestkraft's going to do. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed that you'll get out of the setup, but you take less damage, and it's less block stun for him to work with to open you up. That's super important.
That's true. If you're at a range where you can, and if you have an option like Ken does, throw an EX Fireball in reaction to that, that's great. That's definitely one way to deal with it if you are starting from this ranged play. Another way is just playing close. And that trigger does have quite a bit of startup. He's vulnerable for a while. If you're close enough, you can DP through. That's part of why it was good that Hestkraft waited until his EX upper connected so that he could get it, right? So that it wasn't an easy counter for the opponent. But once that's there, it's, Dhalsim EX Fire is 2 hits. If you have V-Skill 2, it's 3 hits. 5 to 7 hits for Edge Trigger 1 is a different beast, right? And even if you do a good job of getting rid of some of those hits, you still often have to deal with it, right? And it's moving at such a slow speed that he can push you out of it easily to get grabs, to go for cross-ups, to go for tricky mix-ups. It's a good V-Trigger, right? I mean, it definitely has a lot to say in a bunch of matchups. I think there's certainly ones where V-Trigger 2 is maybe the best, but nevertheless, Trigger 1, if that's your preference, you can definitely make that work.
Yeah, I love that you bring up the point of, people moving forward. It's something that only a certain type of genius will take. And it's a certain type of risk takers will take. They're not going to move forward because the thing is, you noticed it when we watched Hestkraft's first game today. When he has the V-Trigger 1, he will walk away. He'll walk away, generate some space, and activate it. If you can take advantage of the scenario with the dash, especially a 16-frame dash like Ken, and then try and beat the start with Shoryuken, it could work. I know it's a risk, but some people will take that opportunity.
Yeah, it's just one of the options you have, if nothing else.
Oh, crush counter. I saw it there, straight to the corner. Hasn't got any meter for EX Psycho Upper, so he goes for Protect instead there, Hestkraft. Wow, these guys are swinging right now.
Again, it's that in and out style, but the in was caught by Hestkraft right away.
Yeah, there you go. Doesn't get the low forward. No whiff punish there from Hestkraft either. He had opportunity because Ed's got a decent crouch medium kick. He's not a whiff punisher, but he's got decent buttons.
It's very medium kick focused. Oh, wow. Jones.
Right, here it comes. He's got the trigger.
Not a guaranteed spot, and Hestkraft gets got. Jones in, his trigger's ready to go. You can do it, yes.
That's
nice
what
work.
we're talking
Jones
about.
blows it up, yep, right away.
Oh, he misses his combo because that would have been the game, but he makes amends with the fireball into the V-Skill run and closes it out with the Shoryuken. Yes, Jones did exactly what me and David were talking about in the intermission there. That's what you need to do.
Again, back to this neutral game where Hestkraft has had a lot of control. I like Jones's style. It's effective against a lot of Eds, but the way that Hestkraft is playing is not really giving into that very often.
Yeah, and he's just playing it safe by playing frame tight because he doesn't want to give Hestkraft too many opportunities to get started. Anti-air with Psycho rising again, straight into the Snatcher. Tick throw? Oh, he tried.
He's
Big
late.
damage.
He's late.
Good damage here. Still no EX
Oh
Psycho
no, that's
upper.
caught. That's caught, absolutely. Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh,
There
that's
you
that.
go.
Wow, that trigger was really unfortunate there for Hestkraft.
Not dead though.
That's it, surely.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he is. Okay, must have been a speck of health. Literally, it must have been the very last hit of that situation that closed it out there for Jones. So yeah, I'd say a bad habit of Hestkraft came out there. Even from a throw tech, right? You saw it there, David. He tried to activate the trigger, but the hard kick was already being active. It was about to become active, and it's like, dude, the situations like that where Hestkraft really needs to know when and where to activate. He can't continue to know autopilot those V-trigger activations, despite how good the V-trigger is now, you know?
Yeah, and even if that had not been a roundhouse that was already coming at him, as we saw before, you can on reaction do things like Dragon Punch. I looked it up. It's a 15-frame startup trigger. Like, it's a while.
Right.
Like, you have a while there to do a lot of different stuff. So I guess you could even roundhouse in response to it, even seeing the startup there. Other than that got him caught big time a couple of times. That trigger one, DP through, roundhouse through. He was caught in the corner. Very effective mix-ups, of course, from Jones. Ken has a lot of damage output. That was good. Other than that, I really like the neutral gameplay that we're seeing out of Hestkraft, even still. Jones is going to be playing to find those knockdowns, to find the mix-ups. That's a huge part of Ken, naturally. But when it comes to them both standing up, I feel like the Ed play has been great so far.
Yeah, and despite, Ed, in my opinion, I think Ed is more elusive than Ken. But,
Sure.
Jones has a more slippery style. Like you said, he's weaving in and out of the range of the V-skill. He gets a couple of low forwards, throws the fireball in there into the mix. And because V-skill 2 is not there to really throw him off guard to counter that, he's really got to work around it. And then, of course, one thing that we do have to be careful of from Hestkraft's side in this last game is if he starts getting a bit frustrated and tries to charge V-skill 1 or the hard punch, which leaves him susceptible to jump-ins if you get the correct jump-in from Jones as well. And then again, hopefully he doesn't fall into that trap of doing the V-Trigger 1 in a dangerous spot to get crush counted again for the round, or sure you can put in a bad spot as well. So it's all about picking your placements, I'd say, for Hestkraft in this one. For Jones, keep up the momentum and try and close this out in a smooth fashion.
Had to switch the outfit. Important.
Oh, Dimitri, yeah? Okay, I see you. Let's see how he goes.
Hey.
Anti-Erica. Good start.
Yeah, after having done the fake fireball. Oh, really? Okay.
I think he's seen that situation about 4 times now, so I don't blame that light shore Yukin. I think he's seen it several times.
Ooh, dashing in. And now, previously, Hestkraft had checked those dashes, but this time he did not.
Oh, he's still got the bar for a Psycho Flicker conversion into the knuckle, but he needs to get close enough for that first.
Jones
Back
not
to-
allowing that.
That's that medium kick.
Yet again, dashing in and grabbing again. Hestkraft did not check twice so far. He's caught in the corner as a result.
There's his throw. Watch out for the Psycho Upper. There it is.
Yep, absolutely. That makes complete sense, and Jones called it out. And what started out as great performance by Hestkraft, neutral game and offense, has devolved, unfortunately for him, into Jones having more control, Hestkraft not reacting to some situations. At least he's got the alt costume on now, and maybe a little bit different play style. No, Jones busts out right away.
So you can frame trap again with the back medium punch, but he didn't commit to the target combo, so he's still trapped in the corner, and Psycho Rising does not autocorrect, I'm afraid, so you'd have to do something else there. So good awareness there from Jones to mess up that anti-air. Good escape.
You know, I think Hestkraft was expecting something like that. We could see him not move forward, and that was great, but just didn't get a punish, unfortunately, for him.
I mean, judging by the time on the clock and the health remaining, he might be able to get a second Psycho Cannon here, David.
Yeah, you're right.
The stars align. We spent the bar there.
He has not used V-skill at all, by the way. He's been respecting Jones' ability to be away from that. Here's Jones.
Trades. There's a throw. Here it comes. That's
Got
it.
him.
That's the game.
That's got him. Yeah, absolutely.
You have it.
2-1. Jones up, and it looks like a completely different match. He is playing so much better. Hestkraft, unfortunately, isn't getting some of the things that he had before. His checks aren't there. The V-Trigger 1 in last game was taken advantage of by Jones, blown up a couple of times. This time, Jones just evaded it, and even if it seemed like Hestkraft had expected that movement, the EX Tatsu over it in the air, still didn't get a punish, which is something he needed. So just it's not all coming together right now for Hestkraft in the way that it is for Jones.
And the longer this drags on, the more easier it's going to get for Jones. So hopefully Hestkraft can find a way to adjust. Again, he's got a solid foundation, I feel, with his Ed, but he doesn't have like a Gear 2 or Gear 3. He needs to find that quick and change his gameplay around. There you go. Starting to introduce stand hard kick. I don't think we've ever seen that at all.
I think you're right. It can be a risk against Ken, but if you're at the right spot, it's okay. Beautiful. What a read. Yeah, he dashed forward first just in case. Oh,
And that's going to be punished. That should have been punished. That's double digits there on the EX Psycho Knuckle. And then he's got to be careful of the combo. He has to be careful of this combo, yes. That's why he ended with short Yukin.
Yeah, nice work. Nice work. Over it. Jump. Surely no. Oh, boy. And there it is. Plus frames for Ken after that connects, and he's at match point.
Yeah, I heard a flicker come out there from Hestkraft's
Yep.
end. I bet he's getting a bit frustrated. He's still got some meter to work with, though. Gets him with the snatcher, because it's got extended range in this final version of the game, and that's going to be not a punish.
There it is. The reactions are there. He's patient in case of DP. There as well, but didn't expect the stolen turn.
Protect. Here we go. Psycho up. Oh, sorry. Psycho Knuckle, I should say. Jumps in, but too far to get the roundhouse to connect.
Jones fully stocked on meter. You could kill him the next hit if it's the right hit.
Probably walk under. He needs the space now. He's going to be looking for the space to activate. Yeah, here it
you
is.
see him moving back. Is that... Oh, boy, that's happened a couple of times. Real bad situation. Now, Grab could do it. Hestkraft just has to make a bad bet. There it is. He got hit. There it is. And Jones, just a complete change. If you look at game 1, and then you look at game 4 right there, it's a completely different story between these two.
Yes, indeed it was. Well played there to Jones. And like I said at the start of the hour here, when it comes to Hestkraft in EU, if you've never played him before, or it's been a while since you played him, he will get you that one game, and depending on the player, he will get you that one set. But as things drag out and you understand that playstyle a little bit more, you'll be able to make the necessary adjustments and be able to get the dub there. So yeah, a good start. I think one thing we have to give credit for Hestkraft is his spacing against EX Tatsu at the start. But as time went on, Jones adjusted his spacing, went for a tighter cross-up angle. He went for delayed Tatsus. He really messed up the Psycho Rising, which should encourage you to use, what anti-air? Stand medium kick, crouch fierce or something from Ed? A different anti-air, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But he didn't really shift away from his traditional means of anti-airing there, Hestkraft. I think as well, Psycho Uppers became a bit predictable. But other than that, like you said, he did have a solid ground game. I think he just ultimately got figured out, David.
I think that's right, and he didn't have the counters when he needed them. As we watch this, we'll see moments, this is V-Trigger 1 usage, I think, is a big part of the story here. Not only fewer mix-ups as a result, but also he got blown up multiple times and never really overcame the changes that Jones had made to get around them. Yeah, here's the bait from Jones. You're talking about the EX upper. And then there are moments as well where it's just a really bad spot. Once you're in the corner against Ken, nobody's happy to be there. Yeah, this happened multiple times where he went for the kick anti-air and Jones was right past it. That happened 2-3 times. No juggle right there. There's just moments where Hestkraft unfortunately didn't get all the stuff he needed to.
And then there you go. Psycho Rising missing again, and then he gets the V-Trigger and activates from this scenario to close things out. I believe it was EX Fireball. Yeah, so it turned into a solid start into a frustrating ending there for Hestkraft. So unfortunately there, but he's down and not out. He is in the losers bracket, or the lower final now, and he's going to be awaiting the winner of Mopuulapo going up against Mr. Crimson. Remember that we are going back to best of 3 territory now, not best of 5. So remember, like we said, just to regurgitate the same thing, best of 5 territory is all the finals, so winners final, losers final, and the grand finale as well. Like we said, up next is Mopuulapo versus Mr. Crimson. 2 friends. They practice a lot of this game. Obviously, Crimson was one of the reasons why Mopuulapo picked up Dalsim in the first place. They're on Discord a lot. They're watching tournaments as well as discussing tech and theories together as well. So there's a huge camaraderie between these guys here. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see Boxer versus Sim, or we're going to see Boxer versus Luke, or maybe someone else.
These are some of my favorite matchups to watch when it is 2 people who know each other so well, who discuss the game so much, who play against each other so much, because you always end up seeing things that are a little bit different, that don't really work or necessarily make sense if you're playing against somebody for the first time, when you need to sort of establish what the mix-ups are, right? What your ideas are. People who know each other extremely well need to keep going to that well for like the weirder and weirder mix-ups to be effective over time. And so just as a viewer, it's always a lot of fun to see that kind of situation, because you see things that you just rarely see.
They rarely see indeed, but what we do see is the poll results down below, and we still got the huge Mr. Crimson fan base, the fandom right there with the 64% in favor of Mr. Crimson.
Fair enough. He's obviously very strong, one of the best in the world, as we have said repeatedly. That said, we know that Mopuulapo is good. We know that his character has a good matchup here, and although we've certainly seen Crimson overcome that many times, including at Capcom Cup where he faced a strong boxer in his group, nevertheless, it is a strong character matchup for Mopuulapo.
It is. If I recall, I think Chavez beat Crimson. I think I think Chavez beat Crimson 2-1. He messed up. Crimson got out of the bracket or the group, but he messed up his chances to get the winner.
I'm gonna look it up now. You're probably right. I don't know.
I remember that now.
I don't remember what happened last week all the time, so it's that's
do you know what?
Very plausible.
I don't blame you. One thing I'll say about commentators, the FGC, is if we forget something, it's because things fly by so quickly. We don't have time to remember it. I'm sorry.
100%.
Yes, so it is Boxer versus Sib. So one thing Travis Styles did in this matchup exceptionally well at the cup was he stopped the dive kick. And I remember F-Word used to tell me about this all the time. If you're going to stop drill kick, you need something to beat it, not trade with it. And I think Boxer's stand light punch, there it is, yeah. Stand light punch beats it clean, which changes the matchup like entirely. In that regard,
right, man. It was 2-1 in favor of Travis Styles. I just looked it up to make sure.
There you go.
Good work.
Thank you. All right, there we go. Pressure being applied to Mr. Crimson already.
Ooh, not moving back. I love this confidence. Yo, that was sick. Mopuulapo right on through. And he finds it. So you can tell part of why this is tough. Yeah, that the light that you talked about, I think, is an important point. But even more than that, it's just such great corner carry by Boxer. He has such great movement speed through. He presents a lot of plus frame opportunities for himself. That is to say, he takes his turn back from himself all the time. And that's just tough for Dhalsim to deal with. It's tough for Dhalsim to punish some of Boxer's important options. Well, it's not impossible. I don't want to characterize it that way, but it is definitely an uphill road.
Well, he's already trapped in the corner again. It's a dangerous situation unless he forces a V-reversal. Trying to get the slide activation, yeah, and that's it. Because he stops the dive kick, it means Mr. Crimson has to apply offense in a different way, but he gets it anyway and uses the Yoga Sunburst. Here comes the Gale. Not yet.
That was the mix. Okay, he certainly could.
Ooh.
Could be overhead low. It's neither. Mopuulapo tried to press a button, and that was not the right call. So when all else fails, as Dhalsim, you still have some of the strongest offense in the game.
Well, do you know what, David? I was speaking to someone about this the other day. I said, look at Dhalsim as a rushdown character, not a zoner, and I think you'll see things entirely differently. And they gritted their teeth, and I said that, and I grit my teeth, and I say that as well.
Well, I think that's right. And when Dhalsim's always... In SF history, when he's strong, it's not just because of the zoning. It's always been because of the offense, and it's certainly the case in this game, too.
Roundhouse into Yoga Burn, and he's going to let him cook and get some space to get out of the corner. Just has to block this one. All right, there we go. Forward throw, try to throw out that hard kick, and you only see hard kick when he's on the offense there, Boxer. Good spacing there from Mr. Crimson. And the sand jab against the drill kick again. Really closing this out, so Mr. Crimson has to get offense a different way. He's gonna have to block this one, and he didn't even need to. He powered through it with the V skill, and he had the activation at the right time. Fantastic game one there for Mopuulapo, showing you the matchup knowledge required to fight Dhalsim. Now, there are some people who think Dhalsim does have a bad matchup. On paper, there are a couple of guys that give him a rough time, and Balrog is one of them. I think so. I stand by that.
No, I'm 100% with you. I think that's right. I think that there's not a long list, but there's a list of characters that I think do well against Dhalsim. That said, again, when you have the right offense, you're always like within winning. He's one of the characters who can certainly still do that stuff. And there's also a long list of characters that he does really well against, too. So he's definitely one of the best in the game. He is stable in many matchups. But there certainly are some, again, characters like Boxer. There's... I would say 3 or 4 others, in my opinion. But characters in general who have excellent corner carry, who have excellent plus frames, who have great mix-ups, who present multiple ways in that Dhalsim can't really punish easily. And yeah, there's a list of characters like that, and there you go. So we may be going to character select here. Now, you were talking a little bit about how previously, when Crimson won a trip to EVO, he gave that trip up. Can you go back into that story between these two?
Yeah, so if memory serves me correctly, I believe they were in the same tournament, but Mr. Crimson said, because I'm already going, because he got to go to EVO because last year, Ritus and the Salt Mine crew, shouts to those guys, they prepared a trip to EVO for the winner of the season, which is Mr. Crimson. Mr. Crimson was already in this tournament, so he said, well, I'll just give it to the next person I think should go to EVO, which was Mopuulapo at the time, but I think Mopuulapo had a bit of a conundrum there, so he ended up not going, which is unfortunate because that would have been a very good experience and opportunity for him, especially with the Boxer play you've seen today, Dave. There we go. So he's picked the Laura this time round, one of Boxer, if not Boxer's worst matchup, because of the Thunderclap, because of when you do get knocked down, the command grab option. Punish. Bolt charge as a V-shift, yeah. And good choice not to go for the V-break. You don't really go for V-breaks in this matchup. It has to be V-shift to give yourself breathing room.
That's the idea, anyway. Still plus. Wow, Mopuulapo's defense was great there. Crimson trying to hunt for that activation. Here he goes.
Yeah, it's just V-shift. Literally, and he's dead anyway. Oh, he should have been dead, but he can't escape.
Still alive, actually. Oh, boy. If it's the right mix-up, he takes this here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Crimson blocked it out. After seeing the down fierce, it's no longer Box's turn, so Crimson stabbed in. But the idea there was looking for crush counter.
Right, that was unfortunate there for Mopuulapo. As we said before, he is using the V-shift just to get some breathing room. And the fact that he's V-shifting his way into the corner and he needs EX dash straight to get out, it's too resourceful for him. Or for me watching this. Rotek again. Oh, that would have been a whip punish!
That was gorgeous. Mopuulapo's scheming forward even still. What a dash first by Crimson!
Good dump back, and then he couldn't get a kill there because he didn't have the bar in time, I don't think. And here comes the thunderclap pressure.
Defense was excellent. You can tell that they know each other well.
Oh.
Blocking until the V-reversal was a good option for him there. There are certain things that Laura can take advantage of if you V-reversal, but there's other things that are guaranteed V-revs. Here's a way through.
Here we go. Goes for the meaty pressure again. Try to go for a spacing trap there. It's a consistent one at that. After
Yeah.
the forward throw. No anti-air. Shift.
Knocking on the door. It's his turn again for Mopuulapo.
He's really trying to buffer that crouching fierce there, Mr. Crimson. They charged the clap and that good space. Oh, that was well timed. Fantastic timing.
Yeah, he expected the V-skill through. He was right. Now Crimson's trigger's ready to go. You know he wanted the activation, but Mopuulapo's here. Got it! Wow! Okay, 2-0 Mopuulapo. How about that? So whether it was supposedly the bad matchup for his opponent or for himself, he's the guy who came out on top.
Well played there to Mopuulapo. Coming with a purpose, and you know he's gunning for first place there. And again, he showed or he illustrated great matchup knowledge in both the matchups. Dalsim and against Laura. Obviously, Laura being the tougher break for him. Good start as well. Took the bull by the horns. And again, because he eliminated the drill kick threat that pretty much 9% of the cast suffer from, Mr. Crimson had to basically change his entire game plan and go with the contingency plan. It almost worked out, but Mopuulapo emerged victorious there. And then, as you can see, even the damage roll from Dalsim pretty damn consistent there.
Yeah.
And then there was one opportunity where, yeah, this is it. He done the V-skill. He got counter hit, which is fantastic. What a lockdown situation. And that was good because Mr. Crimson had V-trigger ready to activate as well, which forced him to pick the Laura.
Even in this round that Mopuulapo ended up losing, he played great. There was still a very good chance that he could have taken that. But there were moments when, again, he was in and out. He blocked well. He V-reversaled in great moments. He V-shift. He jumped out there. You know, that's minus frames for him, and he called the command grab. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about when two people know each other extremely well. Very rare to see Laura block that low and then do immediate command grab. But that must have happened a million times in their sets previously, and so Mopuulapo had the scope. Always a blast to watch, but again, congrats to him for being the one who moves on into losers finals. Crimson is out.
Well, Crimson out of a bracket, that's something you don't hear unless he's in the top 3 or winning the tournament to get the first place prize. But he's no longer in the tournament, so Mopuulapo is in losers final going up against Hestkraft. Boxer versus Ed, Master versus Student. Great lore behind that one. And the winner of that will be going up against Jones in the grand final. So still some juicy matches coming your way here on twitch.tv/PlayStation. Hopefully you guys enjoying the action just as much as myself, Jammers, and Ultra David. Make sure you tweet out the stream and you can hit !bracket in the chat to keep updated with that. But what you could also do is if you are enjoying it, and you want to go to Japan, well, I suggest you sign up. Compete.playstation.com. Find out all the necessary info in regards to how you can participate in your respective regions, of course, and then sign up and then be in the money to not only get a trip to Japan or any EVO in the future, $1,000 for first place and necessary prizing for the second place downwards as well. So everyone gets to eat from these events. It's great to see.
Again, get involved. It's not just Street Fighter that's going on at compete.playstation.com. Whatever fighting game you're interested in, lots of other stuff too. Please check it out. In the meantime, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with the losers finals and then the grand finals after this. welcome back to the Dojo Fighting Fest Road to Japan. My name is Ultra David. I'm here with Jammers, of course, and we have made our way through this top 8 bracket into the top 3. We are headed into losers finals now. Hestkraft and Mopuulapo.
Yes, indeed. We're still calling the action here, and we've got another nail-biting set coming for you guys on the way. 2 interesting playstyles meeting in one place to book their place in the grand final. We're back in best of 5 territory. That is coming up right now. Ed versus Boxer, Master versus Student, as I said before we had that short intermission. And it's going to be interesting to see if Mopuulapo is going to stick with the V System 1, V Skill 1, V Trigger 1, or is he going to swap and maybe try and be a bit more audacious with the V Skill 2 and V Trigger 2, preferably, but we'll see. But the polls down there. Who do you think will win? I'm going to find out very momentarily. My production team is going to tell me the percentages. If you guys are still not back in the UK, guy, then help you. The help is needed.
They are by 65%, in fact. Okay, well, that's not a blow up. And I am curious to see how their styles interact here. We know that Mopuulapo, he can take his turn sometimes, of course, but he also backs off a lot. And backing off gives V Trigger 1 a chance and gives some of the other stuff that we've seen Hestkraft try to do a chance. Things like the V skill, things like setting up fireballs and the like. It's certainly a range where Boxer can blow up fireball, right? But especially if he has V skill 1. But just depending on the range that Mopuulapo wants to play and whether he would like to maintain that style. I mean, look, versus Dalsum, he didn't just back off, he went in, right? So he certainly is capable of doing that. But up to him to get the read on Hestkraft as far as when Hestkraft is going to want to have space and want to be up close.
Yeah, the interaction is going to be super important. I can think of maybe one thing we might see. It might pan out. Who knows? When the V-Trigger is on screen, Mopuulapo might just dash into it and do V-Skill 1. I'm not sure how much invincibility, how long it lasts for on the V-Skill 1 when it comes to Boxer, but I could see that happening, and then future interactions, if the Psycho Cannon doesn't get stopped by EX dash straight, that's another way he can nullify it, because dash straight's got 9 frame startup.
Yeah, very fast.
There's a number of ways that Mopuulapo can get Hestkraft to reconsider how to summon the V-Trigger 1, but at the same time, I think as well his defense is going to get tested. Now, he did actually give Ending Walker, Mopuulapo I'm talking about here, he did give Ending Walker a bit of a jump scare in the World Warrior Regional Final for the UK that myself and Logan commentated. It was 3-2, I think it was 3-2. And obviously Ending Walker took it in that last game. But Mopuulapo, when it comes to matchups like this, he really brings out, and you saw it against Mr. Crimson, he will showcase that matchup knowledge when need be, and he'll get you thinking twice about your approach, not just against Boxer, but against his style of Boxer as well, as if it wasn't difficult enough already.
Yeah, Boxer's just a good character, right? He's also, it's not just that Mopuulapo is playing very well. Got to have the combination when it comes to the highest level play. Both of these are good characters for sure. Some people have Ed in top 5. Everybody's got him in their top 10, of course. He's definitely a good one. Here we go. It's going to be losers finals. In the top 3, trying to get into grand finals. Hestkraft starts out well. Slow approach. We've seen how important the media pick has been to his game. Ed has so many tools there. Wow, what a jump. I don't think that was on reaction. I think that was just expertly timed.
Yeah, and he had to block. A good punish. That is a punish there, because that's -7 and throws a 5 frame startup. So he took a more situational punish as opposed to optimal instead. Let's see if he gets that chance though to activate the trigger. Here it comes. He's going to V-Skill. He's going to wait. He jumped. We'll take that. 60 damage for a V-Trigger? I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frame trap with the projectile. I like that. Nice.
Oh, whoa, wow. Mopuulapo right up close, took advantage into trigger. What a catch! Not the rest, though.
He's very good at doing that, though, with the screw smash anti-air. Because he knows people want to neutral up the dash straight. That should be dead. Oh, not quite.
Oh, he ran out. Okay. It all worked out.
All right, there we go. So round 1 working for Mopuulapo here. Again, Hestkraft is about to build CA, but he's going to be in a dangerous spot. He's got to watch out for the Psycho Up opportunity. It might come shortly. There it is. Not another one, though. Straight. Ooh.
Wow. Okay, well, hard to have much more control than that in a round right there. Excellent play by Mopuulapo.
And this is the thing. Because we spoke about this, and we'll highlight this until the end of time, because Hestkraft is so fixated on trying to safely activate V-Trigger 1 just by being in neutral, it allows, you know, the flurry of dash straights to keep coming out, even if it means stealing turns. And overextension is being used in a positive sense here because he'll do dash straight, jab, dash straight. He'll do everything just to make sure you don't get that space. And the fact that Hestkraft is not understanding that situation is actually more injurious to him than, you know, other situations that he may be punished for in a matchup like this.
I think that makes sense, yeah. And even on top of that stuff, it was just excellent pressure by Mopuulapo. He moved in when he wanted to very, very well. He just had a great sense of spacing and the mix-ups, and it's a tough start for Hestkraft. Of course, when we saw him before versus Jones in Winners Finals, he's the one who jumped out to the lead. Then Jones had to make the changes, Jones had to adapt, and then it was on Hestkraft to make his own counter adaptations and didn't end up getting that. For him to start out behind is, I think, a tougher look for him.
It is a tougher look indeed. It's a tough ordeal, but it's not insurmountable. He's more than capable of doing this, especially if he wants that trip to Japan. He's in the money anyway. All these matches are money matches if you think about it. But again, only one guy, and that is first place that gets that trip to Japan. So again, I'm going to have to encourage or try to encourage Hestkraft to change his ways. Even if it's ever so slightly, you just have to do a slight adjustment, and that will make a big difference in the long run in the first of three.
Character change. Character outfit change, anyway, is in for Hestkraft. But it's a very similar result. As right away he's caught in the corner. Okay, finds a way out. He would love to get it going. He does.
Nice swing.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was so good. Come on, Mopuulapo. What a counter to it.
Nah, he's ready.
It's hard for a lot of characters to actually hit under that. And I'm kind of surprised Boxer does, because that's one of his problems with Laura. But he got underneath it with sweep.
No charge into the special there. He's going to get another V-Trigger here, David, very shortly. Is it going to be the same situation? That's going to be dead. Not quite.
But he can't activate here. Surely? Oh, wow. Okay.
Hard kick too early. Gonna put him in the corner, though. Yeah.
It's good damage. And it's into pressure, and Ed's got good corner pressure. Not for long.
Take that V-reversal opportunity if he needs to, because he had the bar, he had the vitality to get himself out of that situation. Give him that breathing room. But again, one round up in this game too. Oh! He's ready.
Oh!
He's ready.
It's all going south. Hestkraft is in big trouble. Meterless stuff here from Mopuulapo, who has super now. Or the ability to get, plus frames right away. This is a punish. Yeah, here we go. Hestkraft out. In right away to trigger. Again, sweep, and again! Oh! Mopuulapo's counter to it is perfect. And look, it's harder again to get much better than that Mopuulapo just did. Gotta see changes from Hestkraft here. The trigger is not cutting it right now. Not just that, but his ways of moving forward are not cutting what he needs to be doing. He could certainly have counters to sweep. I mean, I'm just thinking he could have jumped over himself. He could have done V-scale through. I mean, there's any number of other things he could have done there than try to dash forward. But oftentimes, as Ed, you want to dash forward, you feel like you have a shield. I guess not versus Boxer, and Mopuulapo's counter to that has been excellent. Right back in, though.
All right, and again, off to a bad start, out of the frying pan, into the fire. I'm with David, man. You've got to approach differently, just like Mr. Crimson had to. You've got to do the exact same thing, and dashing forward into dash straight is not the way to do it.
He knew, come on, he knew that this time it was jump.
But that's what happens when Hestkraft doesn't have his V-trigger work. He starts to jump, and you can meet him in the air anti-aim consistently. He gets this pick up into V-skill 1, though, and the back throw. Stands racking up.
Oh,
wow,
no.
What a block. What a block.
This is a better round for him than most, but nevertheless, he's in the corner and in a really bad situation. Spends the whole trigger.
Comes.
That's exactly what Hestkraft wanted. Okay, he got a couple hits out of it, if nothing else. He got the corner, too. Not for long. He knows he can't survive much longer. This is plus frames. He went for a grab, and Mopuulapo with a huge read to go up to match point. It is the jump back so that he would counter the grab. Beautiful stuff. His reads are out of this world right now.
Yeah, speaking of, he gets the crouch here, straight to the corner with the EX dash straight, and then the throw, he can sneak in another one if he really wants to, but he's aware of the EX Psycho upper. Straight to the corner, here we go. See what you can do here, David.
Back off and look for trigger is his solution. Okay, this time, this is exactly what he wanted. And another couple hits. Okay, great usage of the V-trigger.
All right, that's probably the best usage he's had of it today. No anti-understand medium punch, but Mopuulapo still has trigger, and he went for a reset. He went for the reset there on the hard kick because it should have been dash up light punch into Psycho Rising, but I think he wanted to be a bit too greedy to get the round, and he needs it.
His own jumping has actually become more important for him.
Back row. You can keep him boxed in this corner, but he couldn't because immediate dash straight there.
Here it is. Surely.
Yeah, keep him boxed in here, marshal him here, and he's fine.
Oh, what defense again.
Looking good here. He's going to give Hestkraft some breathing room, and he stopped it with a dash straight into Psycho Knuckle. Oh no. Cross counter again. It's not looking good. He could have... Oh, look at the wrong health gauge. I thought he could have supered there, but he didn't.
Still there. Oh, anti-air. He's going to get hit. Yes, this is actually still doable here for Hestkraft.
Wow, that went further than normal.
The combo route, though, definitely gave up Oki, and now it is a tough spot.
Wait a minute.
Really?
That's not dead yet. Don't do it. He's going to do... Wow.
It was a big moment.
Yeah, Box has a hard time with punishing Psycho Flicker, but he gets the throw. Woo!
Well, look, it was a better last game, and to Hestkraft's credit, he did make some of the changes that we were talking about. Not in terms of E-System, but in terms of how he was using the trigger, what his attempted mix-ups were and solutions were to the solutions from Mopuulapo. He did make some changes, but not quite enough. And I gotta think back to his choice of combo route that, did some damage, but also knocked Mopuulapo full screen. Ed does not get pressure after the flicker into EX follow-up. That turns over at that point, and so you have to find your way back in or hope that the opponent makes mistakes, and that just wasn't happening from Mopuulapo.
Too little, too late in terms of adjustments there from Hestkraft, but I gotta give Mopuulapo his credit. Like, we definitely know he loved the situation when it comes to that V-trigger. Sweep trade into the jump. That must mean it's almost a guaranteed safe jump. At least it should avoid the uppercut and maybe get hit by Psycho upper. It might do.
Two flow options after all, right? So
yeah, so it's definitely something he's labbed, and it worked out a fair bit. I think once he knows something works, he goes to that well a bit too often, but it didn't really matter because when you trade with V-Trigger 1, it does 120 damage in total, so the trade damage splits. So it'll do like 20 damage in small chunks, so getting a sweet trade against one of the first hits of Psycho Cannon is actually fair. And then after that
moment right there, he had super. I mean, super wouldn't have killed. But, again, there are different combo routes that there could have been there for him to have ended up taking it. Or at least get pressure again, is what I mean.
I think as well, because Mopuulapo had V-Reversal, 2 V-Reversals to work with as well, it would have just elongated this round mentally for Hestkraft, so it's just difficult to work in that scenario for him. But yes,
of course,
Hestkraft has bowed out of this tournament. Coming 3rd place, not too bad, especially, only losing to Jones and Mopuulapo, the grand finalists. That's actually not bad, if you think about it.
You're right. You're right.
So, yeah.
But nevertheless, the result is that he's out of here, and our result is that we're going to head into grand finals. It's Jones and Mopuulapo. Here's a look at them. You can see how often Jones has been playing in this, and nevertheless, even though he's played 51 matches, he still has an 84% win rate. That is incredible. It's a very similar win rate, as you can see by Mopuulapo, but with way fewer matches.
Yeah, and sometimes the just overall game differential can prove to be useful because Mopuulapo, again, not a frequent entrant in these tournaments, but he does come through when it is the heavy hitters one. So that's going to be what our grand finale will be. AKA Jones going up against Mopuulapo. Winner of this gets to go to Japan. And I actually got news from someone. So shouts to Hardo Shrooms. He did tell me, because Mopuulapo couldn't go to EVO last year after that situation, they actually sent Hardo Shrooms there instead. So that was actually good to see. I can't believe I didn't remember that. So my apologies for not remembering that. But hey, a poll's down there again. That's what we do here. Polls are ready and waiting. And they've edged it out. Mopuulapo 55% and Jones 45%.
Keep in mind, he's got a lot of work to do here. He has to reset the bracket. He's got to win 2 3 out of 5 sets, having come from losers, whereas Jones just has to win the first 3 out of 5 set, and that's all good. And in the past, when they have played, I looked it up on FG Combo, and they've played a lot, as you might imagine, throughout the years. And it's Jones with a 67% win rate in terms of their major wins. Now, that doesn't capture every time they've played. I'm sure they've played many more times than that. But when it comes to big moments, it's been Jones who has the advantage for the most part. However, the last time they did play was in November 2022 in the World Warrior number 5 for UK and Ireland. And that was a win by Mopuulapo. And the win right before that was in World Warrior number 4, the month before, in October 2022. That also a win for Mopuulapo. So despite this long-term history, maybe it's Mopuulapo who's been doing well lately.
And you know what? It's usually your later result or your latest results that matter the most.
That's what
matters.
Of course that's what matters.
Yeah, it allows you to bring in that momentum or keep that momentum going into the next encounter you guys have.
And here's the next encounter. We got the grand finals between these two here at the road to Japan. One of them is going to get that trip. We'll see which one.
All right, good check here. So yeah, Mopuulapo, in layman terms, he has to win 6 games. Jones has to close this out within the first 3 games here. If he can do that, then he's going to be the champion.
Ooh, challenge.
Nice. V-shift into the V-skill 1 situation there to punish the fireball. That's what's going to be paying dividends at that close range. Maybe in sweep range, that V-skill will be at its most effective. We'll see.
Jones is slowly getting pushed back. That was a little too close. Oh, what an attempted stolen turn. Now, nevertheless, he has trigger. Okay. Well, he'll try. Yeah, there's not going to be the mistake from Mopuulapo. We got a tight window there to punish, but he did do it.
Hey, you know what? Like, Mopuulapo, he didn't change platforms at all when playing Street Fighter 5. He is stuck to console throughout the game's lifespan, so he's more than accustomed to this. Stand hard punch. Be careful as well. Ooh, the classic boxer pressure. Stand hard kick into the EX dash straight. Stop you locked down from backdashing or anything.
There needs to be a lot of control on this neutral. Yeah, as Mopuulapo has been forcing Jones back pretty consistently. An attempted approach away, though, is Mopuulapo. I love the idea.
Get to jump into the heavy Tatsu and then try to get the walk, but Mopuulapo's meticulous micro walk back to avoid throws. He's had a high success rate on that today.
Step kick may be enough for activation here. Yeah, maybe now.
Same with V-Skill 1 on Balrog's end.
Yeah. But patience nevertheless from both of these. Overhead! He waited for 5 seconds. Overhead into activation.
Oh, we got him. He's dead.
Yes, that should do it. It will. Mopuulapo takes game number 1. That's, by the way, our observers here in the States. The players themselves in the UK, I'm sure, are doing fine on the connection. And it is game number 1. Yeah, Mopuulapo. Nice work.
Now, I like that you brought up the point where they had the opportunity to activate V-Trigger, because in the latest meta, the final version of this game, a lot of the players are very aware where it's like, hang on, if I hit you with a medium or a heavy again, I'm going to give you a trigger, and I don't want to be giving you that free activation, that free time freeze, right? So they either pressure with lights, or they don't do anything. But because these guys have a hitting V-skill, they can build the V-meter themselves. We might see that situational interaction once again coming soon. Who knows? Nice.
Ooh. Oh, these are all confirms, all into pressure. Now it's corner right away. Got him. Yes.
Damage coming through. A throw's not going to kill, but go for the pressure instead. I don't know if Mopuulapo is going to look for activation, though. I don't think it's wise to do it now.
In the end right there, as Jones stole that turn, yeah, I guess Mopuulapo was just feeling too hurried to have the counter ready.
Yeah. Right, now he's hit him on the offensive attack. I like this. Careful button choices with roundhouse and stand medium kick. Well spaced dash straight, because if he does that wrong, Heavy Shoryuken's going to punish it again.
Absolutely. But he is spacing it very nicely. He's been taking a lot of life off. That's already half down.
Okay, great combo from the Tatsu into the heavy Tatsu there as well. He knows that Mopuulapo is a bit antsy when it comes to the jump-in situation, so he may be able to abuse that one more time here, Jones.
Jones.
Fireball right in his face? Wow, okay.
Into what? Into Jones trying to take his turn. Patience here. That's certainly a punish.
No super though.
Oh, Jones does find it though. So 1-1. Of course, we're expecting this to be a hard-fought battle on both sides.
Ken wins.
Yeah, we are indeed. I think for me, it's interesting that Mopuulapo wants to establish that mind game or dash straight in V-Trigger 1, because your dash straight is already -4 anyway. Do you really want to be playing that game or leaving a gap that allows Shoryuken to work to interrupt frame traps, regardless of it being able to punish that? I'm not sure about that mind game. If you can establish something else, I'll be cool with that, but very dangerous game. Very dangerous territory you're treading. Okay, V-skills through. Gotta be careful when he does that V-skill, so because he might get Shoryuken as a punish, depending on the range.
Oh, that brave walk forward. Okay. Jones really trying to maintain his distance. He's too far for the medium, and Mopuulapo is ready.
Okay, he didn't choose the anti. He did sand jab instead. That allows him to recover in time to see what jump is actually coming. He's jumping back just in anticipation. Wow!
Okay. All right. Oh, we did the reset. Hold on, though. It's not enough. This allows Jones with the read himself. Read there as well, so the defense is going to have to be legit. He spends a lot of that timer, though. Yeah. Okay, well, Jones. The question is, how does he find his win? He doesn't.
Wow.
Defense was great by Mopuulapo.
Yeah, it was good. And Mopuulapo is doing something Travis Styles did in the cup as well. Using EX moves from in the corner to gain space, but also at unreactable range, because you just got to firm it, whether it's dash low or EX dash straight, you know?
Stun an issue right away. Jones trying to get that grab. He wanted to deny V reversal, but Mopuulapo was ready.
Okay, hard kick, throwing it out there with evil intent, and then...
Was he get one? He could have killed. He doesn't. Oh, okay. Whew. I understand him not wanting to bring out full super, but EX could have done it.
It could have. But again, I don't think these guys are worried about that particular scenario at the moment. I think they're really, outside of trying to win, they're really trying to establish that control in the mind game department. And right now, it's Mopuulapo that's winning. BT dash straight. Stun's gone down. It's completely diminished now. You gotta think about winning.
There made it tougher for Jones to activate easily. Here's Jones though.
Throw. Fireball run. Not quite yet. He's gonna do it soon. There it is.
But you can see how much of that timer it takes off, and Mopuulapo now back to his control.
Walks away there to avoid the throw, and then try to mess up the stand medium punch anti. Good blocks.
Mopuulapo looking good. The people's pick.
Balrog wins.
Wow. Again, discipline right now, and that situation awareness are the words that come to mind, because the fact that he not only didn't hesitate or didn't move when the regular Tatsu came out to mess up the stand medium punch anti-air, to then block the EX Tatsu approach. Not many people would have been disciplined enough to block that. They would have tried to challenge on the second one, because they would have seen a second jump. It's a hard punch.
He is playing quite safely, and using his dash punches sparingly enough that Jones has only landed on a couple of them with jumps throughout this, and has not been able to counter poke easily.
Yeah, true. All right, got a successful Tatsu. Didn't have enough frame advantage to get a pickup in the target combo, though.
Oh, here we go. Jones finds the moment.
Pressure.
Boxer certainly has a counter to neutral jumps like that.
It's got to be close.
Yep, there it is.
You're the best, David. Don't ever change. Forward. Ooh. Check.
Was ready. So was Mopuulapo. Oh man, these guys are not letting anything get through.
I like that. He's already in the corner, gets a throw. Can he sneak in another one? No, so keep it safe with the pressure. There's the second grab.
Jones will force the activation into his grab. There's no V-rev.
There's the low, there's the run. That looked... good challenge there, because that fireball run looked too close to be, like, at least plus anyway. Could have been safe, but it didn't look plus to me.
go in. Patience in case of DP, nothing came. And his anti-airs have been really, really good, including the blocks, as you mentioned. He's been excellent with mixing those up.
Oh, no whip punish there on the dash straight. Good forward throw. Stun's coming.
Okay, he went for the reset. Wow, Mopuulapo is killing it.
Yeah. He definitely wants that spot to go to Evo Japan and the prize money as well, because he's actually won. I wish we had a stat of how much prize money he's won from PlayStation tournaments. That'd be really cool. Production could find that if they have any time for that, to see how much money he's won via PlayStation tournaments, just to encourage you guys to sign up, as you could be that next winner there as well. That'd be fantastic to see. But yeah, you can tell, man, he's familiar with the competition here. He's studied. He knows what's on the line. Like I said, this man shows up when it comes to the big bucks, the big tournaments, and you can see it here in his gameplay here right now.
It was quite a convincing reset. So we're going into the second set now after that 3-1 by Mopuulapo. Now whoever wins this next 3 out of 5 is going to be the person who wins the whole thing. They get that $1,000. They get that trip to Japan. That's big. That, as you said, we've been talking about the whole show. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Everybody would love to go to Japan, not just for this tournament, but in particular for the tournament, right? You get to challenge yourself against all those top-level players out there. You get to experience Tokyo. Pretty great as well. And so that's nice. You get $1,000 to do it with as well. As far as Jones, you know, some of his ideas were working for a little while. But as things went on right there, we could see more and more that Mopuulapo had the checks to Jones's pressure, had the counters to Jones trying to go for the sky, and shutting down both of those ways in is going to make it tougher here for Jones.
Well, the thing is, I don't think there was a particularly big problem in the version of the ground game. I think where the conundrum was how he was trying to avoid dash straight and set situations via neutral jumps and such, so it really gave Mopuulapo free damage in that department. But it looks like Mopuulapo is dominating the ground game again here. Combo.
In addition to that, wow, what a fierce, oh no. No Jones! The punish will come surely. Mopuulapo keeps it easy on himself. And wow, that was an opportunity. But, you know, as I was going to say, Mopuulapo's control in those situations is just mounting, it feels. And his ground control, we just talked about, is making Jones want to go up into the sky, where he's still being shut down by things like the medium and by the screw-upper.
Look at that overwhelming pressure here. He's really finding it hard to even breathe. Have a moment of respite to think about his next
Previously,
action.
It's not quite stunned, but it'll be grabbed for the kill. Okay, Jones busts out. This means he gets corner. He's still very much in it. This is one of those V-triggers that could make things happen.
Well, nothing's happened out of it right now. Excellent V-reversal there. Block again. Anti-air.
Mopuulapo almost daring Jones to do a DP. And look at that. This just looks tougher and tougher for Jones. Mopuulapo's playstyle is just absolutely controlling the ground. I think that's part of how the matchup goes as well. But on top of that, as Ken, you want to find those knockdowns where your pressure is strong. And in those knockdowns, that's where the defense of Mopuulapo has been apparent and strong. His throw techs have been there. His block into V-reversal has been there. His patience has been there. And that means he's tough to solve, and that's really a tough look for Jones.
Yeah, I concur. And the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He just needs to keep up this, you know, plan A that's been super successful at the moment. Jones, it's kind of hard to be nitpicky about what he could change because, like you said, when he's tried to make the adjustment, Mopuulapo's already got the can at the ready, 10 steps ahead of him.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, what?
Pressed the button at the wrong time there, and he can't really do Hail Mary Shoryukens either because that's not going to get him out of a dangerous spot either. That's punishable, but not by Boxer.
Something he just tried is a V-reversal. Okay, this is a stolen turn out. That's great for Jones. But he could also just like give up on more V-meter, and Ken has a very fast V-reversal. He can get out of situations that most characters cannot. Doesn't get knocked down for it, but he does escape nevertheless.
Forward throw. And he tried to bait something with that V-skill turn there, the KKB.
He has not done step kick into activation.
I don't think he doesn't want to get checked or like lose a dash straight, you know? Maybe something like that.
Sure. Okay, so now that there's no V-reversal, maybe it's time to make it happen, yes.
Go again. He can't walk away from this next one. He tried to walk away, but he gets V reversal for his troubles. He still has dash low available. No quick
Look at the
words.
time, 18. Jones is running out of time. No, it was a huge chance not just to take the life lead, but to get OP afterward.
Just waiting it out. Tried to use the V-Seal like he did against Mr. Crimson.
Can he get in instead? That's too close, and Jones is going to get the punish to take a round.
Whew. Now, I'm not sure if that was the medium version to try and catch a backdash. That's why he committed to it.
Right. Could be.
Punish on the Shoryuken there. That could have been a Shoryuken. Here he goes, exchanging blows with the heavy punches.
Look at the gray life up there. That's not because of universal. That's just blocking. Oh, it's gone.
Jump. Fine, but still too far.
Ooh.
Well, I wonder if he got that by accident like Angry Bird did at the Cup. Must have been. Pressed buttons at the wrong time again there on the X-Dash straight on block is +1. Don't think he's forgotten that. He's going his way through. Maybe he's waiting for trigger, or maybe a little bit more to do step kick into trigger, but he's got CA, so if he gets like a crouching media punch buffer or counter hit confirmed, send it straight to the corner.
No activation.
Nothing.
No knockdown? Nothing. Yeah. Could have been any number of things.
Here you go. Fireball. There's a throw. He needs this momentum here, does Jones.
Oh no, that's exactly what he wanted, and he didn't take advantage.
Can we just wait now?
Good idea, seemingly.
Do you know what? He's actually jumped at the correct time. It's just the button he's pressing doesn't reach in time. Maybe jump hard punch might work there because of his hurtbox. Hitbox, sorry.
Time running out. And Mopuulapo with no! Oh boy, maybe he wanted V-skill in the middle of that. I don't know, but it didn't work out. Look at the time now. 4! He takes the life lead!
He's still got one more bar.
Jones!
He dash
Gonna
straight.
chip it out, tries it! It's not enough.
No.
Final round.
Well, another round via timeout here in today's bracket. So get that trip to Japan.
This is a key one as well. The difference between being tied 1-1 or Jones being down 0-2, huge difference.
Go for an outstand hard punch again. That is safe on block, so you don't have to worry about like throwing that out with malicious intent. That works.
Little challenge from Jones, but just into not too much. Safety first idea from Mopuulapo puts him right back at this range where he gets to stab in with. Okay.
Next fireball, no V reversal. Looks like he's content staying in the corner here, and the jump. Good work here from Jones. Pressure again. He might look for that jump again. It's that straight there.
Now Jones expecting the activation, and he challenged. As Mopuulapo tried to overextend just slightly, Jones was there. So, as I said, the difference between being down 0-2 or being tied 1-1 is huge. And for Jones, thankfully, it is a tie.
So, I'd say the big thing there, and this is kind of more of a statement that encompasses the whole adaptation. Jones got the life lead and he held it. There's a lot more that's happening under that, but the fact that he got the life lead to allow him to be aware of Mopuulapo's offensive options and see how Mopuulapo is forced to reduce that deficit made it easier for him to maintain that life lead. That's what it generally is happening when you play at the highest level of Street Fighter 5 these days. Get the life lead, then you can work around it. Nice punish. We'll take it. Even if it was one hit, we'll take the punish.
Of course.
Kick. Got the block there. So that was cross-up angle.
Right back in there's Mopuulapo. Jones trying to jump and land on top of a dash punch. We've seen it a couple of times, but as you said, not very frequently. Okay. Still stuck.
Yep, still trapped here, and he's still trying to do something after EX straight on block. He's losing to stand medium kick and other things as well, but he gets a heat rush activation. Gonna take him straight to the corner for some Oki. Well, nice tech. It's a late tech as well, actually.
What? Uh-oh.
Yeah, what was that?
Really is what it was.
Yeah, watch out for the super. Doesn't even need to worry about it now. It's EX run.
Mopuulapo with trigger activated. Feels like he's confident. No, Jones in. He'll try it on plus frames here, but as he has, he's very light after that. Tried to get back in. No, it's Mopuulapo who was ready.
Here's the thing though, like Jones has done this several times. He kind of like micro walks back, edges back slightly, like once or twice, then he wants to dash in, but Mopuulapo's always beating him to the punch.
Yeah, that has been a feature of his play throughout this set.
Oh, and he done it again! Good check. Just wait this one out. Still got dash.
Same exact thing you just identified happened again.
Yeah, he's still trying to do it. I mean, it works.
It's working sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Too far for that, but all right. Mopuulapo's safe. There is a super to think about on Jones' side.
Yeah, if he wants the corner, he can spend it, or he might be looking for a back throw to do the work for him and save all that meter. Let's see.
Look at him. Maybe allowing Mopuulapo. I think the idea was to allow Mopuulapo to push him into the corner and then get the back throw, but Mopuulapo was ready there.
You can see it. Great damage is racking up.
And now you can't easily do much with Boxer Super there. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
He was creeping. Damage is coming. I wouldn't be surprised if Wake Up Super came, but he didn't need to do it. This shimmy got him. He cracked under pressure, and going into the lead in this grand final reset is imperative. Spends the bar.
Ooh. A third down just like that. Another chance. It's plus frame. Already half life for Jones. As Mopuulapo is speedrunning this.
Reversal. Keeps it boxed in the corner here. Sweep and try to get out of there. Yep, he got tricked. He thought he was going to get back for him, but he's going to get to the other side of the screen instead.
Wow, Jones away. But into what? Close to getting trigger yet again.
Going out that stand hard punch, making sure he's aware. He walks away. I like this choice.
Goes away. Absolutely, yeah. Stay away right now. Activation finally out of step kick. Again, just backdash. Mopuulapo's defense throughout this entire top 8, not just here, but the entire top 8 has been amazing. His timings for tech, for V reversal, when to V shift, when to just play patient and do nothing at all, just has been amazing. Even these top level players have not been able to solve his defense, and that is quite a testament to how strong it's been.
Hey man, he's been obviously playing some of the best in the UK World Warrior. He's been practicing one of the best players in the world, Mr. Crimson. So these guys talk, and again, I know Mr. Crimson's giving advice on how to defend, when to challenge, micro walk away, the identification of throw attempts, just to do that micro walk out, and you saw it, a snippet of it there. He got a punish, which is not easy to do. We've seen Guile do, or we saw Daigo do it with Guile a fair bit. Micro walk out, do jab into EX boom. You release the charge. We saw that with Mopuulapo's boxer, with the micro walk back, crouch jab into EX dash straight. It's there, the opportunity is there. It's when you pick the moment to do it and just letting your opponent know that I can do this. Obviously, he's been using the EX dash straight to just pile on the pressure, and he's already been winning that scenario anyway, because I don't know what Jones is doing. He either says counter hit, or he just gets hit by something afterwards, so we didn't really have to worry about the throw attempt. But like you said, fantastic defense. He's only got one more game to showcase it, and it will get him the dub.
To be fair, I think there have also been moments when Jones has had the opportunity to do what he wants to do effectively and hasn't quite taken it. We have seen, for example, that he's had like the classic Ken, meaty crouching jab into does he do a throw or not, and that has actually been a whiff throw attempt by Mopuulapo. Throw tech really is what he's looking for, and Jones hasn't gotten the counter there where he's just trying to get a punish on that situation. So there have been some moments when Jones maybe could have taken advantage a little bit more. It's hard to get everything right. But it's, unfortunately for Jones, it's going to take that kind of performance, it seems, to solve Mopuulapo's defense.
Well, we'll see. He's actually got 2 more games to win, but he's already off to a bad start. Gets shimmied with the crouching fierce and a throw. Maybe able to get him, but Mopuulapo is a bit too gung-ho at the moment. So he might lose this round if he's not careful. Jumps out. Fantastic stuff here. Just the V-shift, double back dashes away. He's just going to wait here. We just wait. Get that chip. Get that straight hit damage.
Yeah. It all matters.
Now, in Mopuulapo's first game today, he was utilizing crouching medium punch a lot, but against Jones, he's using crouching medium kick mixed in with Sand Fist as well. I like how, yeah, he's mixing up the buttons really well here.
Still presenting a threat. He walks up into ranges that make Jones uncomfortable, you can see, and then backs off to where he feels more comfortable himself, just playing with his spacing, making it tough for Jones to know what to do next. There's just been so much blocking on Jones's side. Anything will kill. What a call out by Jones! Looking for the shimmy, he was right about it. He gets Oki. He's pressured.
The throw. Okay, he got the throw. I thought Mopuulapo was going to do jump back light kick, but he gets V-reversaled into a throw. And Jones takes that first round in this game 4.
And that started out as a tough round for him, so hats off to Jones for staying involved.
Alright, gets a throw. Oh, he tried to wake up forward dash. I'll take it. Mixing it up. I like it. So you gotta do it at the highest level, mix up all your options, even if it's the strangest one, I should say.
Oh no! No! Oh, it's a big break for Jones. Gotta make this count now.
Throw tech immediately there from Mopuulapo. Activates the trigger one. He's gonna push him to the corner.
Uh-oh. Jones meterlessly. There it is. If he finds the hit, it's into super and maybe the kill. Nope, not anymore, but he still has great pressure.
He'll play the strike throw game, using that V-trigger to push him to the corner. That's exactly what he did. Super's available. Oh, that could have been it.
Absolutely right.
I don't know if he's thinking about using it in that scenario, but wow.
Wow, okay. So look, a couple of errors on Mopuulapo's side, but credit to Jones, who took advantage extremely well. And he ties it up in this final set, 2-2.
I'm thinking, what did he do? He did EX dash straight, a button into EX dash low. So I think he was banking on Jones trying to escape again, so he can clip him low. And then because the EX low does a fair bit of damage, so I understand taking the risk there. It was safe on block, but because it puts you in a dangerous spot and it's not your turn, Jones identified that and was able to close out the round, spending his own meter in that regard. So last game, last round we got here, guys.
One game to decide who goes to Japan. Jones is the one who dashes up. He's tried that before and it hasn't always worked. Too close! Uh-oh. I'm a little concerned for Mopuulapo. Okay, yes, recovering well.
Got the counter hit once again off the EX dash straight from the block scenario. Overhead. Here we go!
Oh, no, he's... Wow. Okay, so to go from looking a little shaky at the start of this round... Oh, man.
This is his,
a huge drop. The giant drop allows Jones the chance.
Okay, well protect, and this is where you have to be careful with the frame trap there. Running again. Got him. Got him.
Jones with just raw run. Wow, both of these guys here in this final game where everything's on the line. Not up to all that they can do. They gotta settle themselves down.
Well, I mean, everything's on the line here. It's very difficult to slow yourself down, and he's
That's
got
for sure.
He's got meter to allow him to get back in. We'll see. Jumped in. Yeah, he's still waiting, but Mopuulapo, in times like this, he knows if he want to jump dash straight. He'll have to get away with a few more. Oh, we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait. Oh!
Mopuulapo did. He was ready. Here at match point, tournament point, Jones in the corner, in trouble, hoping to see a dash punch to land on top of.
Long time there, waited on the landing for the dash straight, still chipping away with that, and now he's covered up ground with that dash. But now it's the shoes on the other foot here. Mopuulapo's trapped in the corner.
Well, Jones definitely prioritizing being away. Okay, the pressure has a chance.
I saw that stagger step there to get that light punch instead of throwing because he almost got in trouble for that last time.
I'm sorry, with that trigger ready to go. Almost super as well. And if he lands on a dash punch now, that's going to be gigantic. Mopuulapo not giving in easily.
And he needs to land a hit. He can't do anything on block, but Mopuulapo look to be reversal. 20 seconds left on the clock. There's a jump.
Yeah,
no activation.
V-rev, right. Nothing came. 12 seconds. This is the time. Absolutely, you activate. He's in. A grab maybe seals it at this point.
No, that's going to be the round. That's the round. Oh, no.
We're going down to the very final round. Mopuulapo and Jones. Final game, final round to take the tournament. Which one makes it to Japan? We decide in the next 99.
Well, first blood goes to Jones with a jab, but Mopuulapo immediate counter with a medium dash straight. He's going to push to the corner. Oh boy, this is tense. You cannot make a mistake. You cannot press a button at the wrong time now. You take a grab or you just get crush counted. One of the two. Oh!
There's the crush! You were right! It's pressure. It's Oki here for Jones. He's light about it, though. Not overextending, and as we've seen, he backs off a little bit. Both of them feel comfortable there.
I don't know about this. If Jones wants to spend C8 early, that would be an interesting choice, but I don't think it's wise.
Nope.
Corner.
Got pressure yet again. Again, Mopuulapo's defense coming into play. He has trigger, though, and Jones playing away. Here's Mopuulapo.
There's a reversal. Oh, he didn't get the counter hit he needed to put Jones in the corner, but you can still push him there, David.
Too far.
He's in there. V-reversal's back.
Yes, Mopuulapo's here.
Oh, that was delayed as well. That was delayed. That's going to put him in the corner, isn't it? Oh, no, it didn't.
No, it's going to put Jones in the corner. It's going to be Jones who has trigger, and so Mopuulapo wants nothing at all to do with it. He is maximum screen. No easy activation, please. 20 on the clock. Jones has got to scheme his way forward.
He can't step kick because he's going to get hit by that straight.
Oh, no, that's too close. Oh,
no. Here comes no reversal.
Activation yet. Shirley here. 7 on the clock. That could be the death knell. Jones needs to get in right away. It's not going to happen for him. Mopuulapo's the one who goes to Japan.
Oh boy, that was a nail-biting set down to the wire between these two. It was a back and forth, but Mopuulapo emerged victorious. It looked very, very tense because I wasn't sure when the V-reversal was coming and how desperate was Jones to activate off of a step kick there, David. Oh, that was crazy. I wish I could see one more game between those guys. But yes, Mopuulapo is your winner, and he will be heading to Japan and earning $1,000 to boot. Well played from start to finish.
Amazing set. Amazing set. The fans were right. You all in the chat were correct. It was Mopuulapo who ended up taking it, although in a very hard-fought battle. This first set, well, I guess we're not going to take a look at it, but the first set was very strong for Mopuulapo. After that, boy, what a back and forth. Both of them had counters to the other. There was a great one by Mopuulapo right there. We also saw Jones fight his way in. Yep. He was able to make some comebacks, in fact, with this trigger. He did take advantage more of Mopuulapo's defense. We saw a little bit more of that than we had seen in the previous set. Yeah, exactly, right. Waking up with the crouching medium kick, the classic counter to somebody trying to shimmy you, walk back and grab you.
But yeah, it was difficult because
nice
at times it felt very bleak for Jones, but he made the micro adjustments that maybe necessarily me and you might not have seen, David, but it worked out. It took it down to the wire, and then just a wrong time to press a button there took it to the last game, last round. And as I called the crush counter, something was going to happen. I thought it was going to get steamrolled, but interesting choice here from Mopuulapo to spend the CA. But the fact that he delayed his dash low there to get the damage, maybe this throw here decided everything, because after that, I don't know why he didn't activate there.
I was just going to say, yeah, I'm not sure either.
Because after that, it just changed it around. The V-reversal there, he couldn't do fireball run, not from that distance. But he
By the way, if that had not been double dash, if that had been single dash, that might have been the kill.
Yeah.
For Jones, but he just believed he needed to get in further and didn't expect the forward movement out of Mopuulapo, who would have in that situation. So Mopuulapo, 3-2 in the final set after winning 3-1 in the first set. Look at this path from him that he had to get through. That is a good list of players. Jester Power, Thenimoto, Mr. Crimson, 2-0 over Mr. Crimson, including over the Laura. Then 3-0 over Hestkraft, and then you can see that grand finals result. It was a fantastic performance by Mopuulapo today.
Yeah, and obviously if you're making that run and winning the tournament from losers round 1 or low bracket round 1, then you're automatically the MVP for me, because like you said, the names you've had to go through, you had to reset the bracket as well, and that just gives you, it shows testament to your mental fortitude, your mental stamina overall, because it's not easy, especially this late stage of the game. And what's to play for? Because look, David, he could have had a couple of blips during losers semi-final, maybe losers round 1. Something could have happened, but the fact that he had that, that mental stability just to stay in the game and know what the grand prize was without being too hasty about it. I think that deserves credit in and of itself. So well played.
It's always tough. Very, very difficult to know what's on the line, to be playing in a big moment like that, and still to get all the stuff that you want to do. Almost nobody does, right? We're all human, even the top level. Very, very hard to be consistent like that. But he did a great job of it. You know, who sent him to losers in the first place? It was the Thenimoto earlier in losers' side. He talked about how he was worried about that particular matchup. Obviously, he got the run back, and he killed it in that. So shout-outs to him. He had a fantastic performance throughout this whole tournament. Congrats to Mopuulapo for winning not just the $1,000, but also that trip to Evo Japan. Well, we've had a great day watching the action here, but there's a lot more coming up.
Indeed. We have more Dojo Fighting Fest with the North American region happening today at 1 p.m. specific time. So please stick around for that because it's not long from now, I believe. And then later on, tomorrow, I should say, there's going to be some Guilty Gear Strive Fight Nights, which you guys want to tune into, the monthly tournaments that these get onto. And then February 28th, the last day of February, there's some Tekken 7 Fight Nights. Great stuff for the Tekken scene over there. And then on March 1st, there's an invitational for Rainbow Six Siege. So any Rainbow Six fans out there, do tune in. It's going to be on the PlayStation channel, so check that out. It's a very interesting game. I heard it's good. But hey, David. I keep saying James. David,
Jeez.
Talk to me. Where can we find out how to communicate with each other and play these games?
Yeah, we've been talking to you all about all the chances that are being set up by PlayStation tournaments to get you involved, and I think this is a great one to take advantage of. You can join the PlayStation Tournaments Community Discord, which regularly hosts play sessions, interviews with figures in the community, and other special content. A lot of stuff going on there, and if you would like to get involved, it's a great time to do it. Of course, as we just talked about, it is not just Street Fighter. There's a lot of other things going on, but Street Fighter V is still happening big time. Street Fighter VI is coming in a few months. It is a great time to make it happen.
It is indeed. And do not forget, congratulate Mopuulapo. What you can also do, Mopuulapo might encourage you. Get signing up to one of these tournaments, and maybe you can be the next guy to go to Evo Japan in 2024. Maybe you can have $1,000 in your pocket. Who knows? The prize is there for you, and every player gets paid out in these invitationals. Head on over to compete.playstation.com to find the necessary info. Don't forget, like David said, to join the Discord. There is a link and a QR code. You can do that as well. But yes, it's been fantastic commentating over the guys in my region there, and great to see some new faces as well as familiar faces stepping up and trying to earn their place to get flown out to an international event because they're coming back slowly but surely. Mopuulapo gets another shot at an Evo to show his skills and go up against Japan's greatest, shall we say. I bet they'll be interested to fight his boxer.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. We are also going to be sending a player from North America out to Evo Japan for Street Fighter V. That top 8 takes place starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time, so that is about 2 hours and 10-ish minutes. Make sure that you stick around for that. We have just as many strong players in that event as we had in this one. It's going to be very interesting, I'm sure. Please come back at that time. We'll see you then. For now, thanks a lot for watching.
This one, and he didn't even need to. He powered through it.
Yo, that was sick. PlayStation